Alrighty, how is everyone doing? Lovely to see you all here on this Wednesday evening. At least it is for me. I'm sure it's Wednesday morning for some of you, or a completely different day. Who knows? However, I am grateful to everyone who is stopping by today for episode 3 now of the Community Spotlight. And today, we are featuring Guns, Blocks, and Steel by Silver. Deos, it's 2 a.m. Perfect. Bright and early, just the right time. Although I feel like today you're not alone. And the fun part with this is today I'm not alone either. So let me just drop down this music a little bit because we're trying out something a little bit different with the format today. And today we're actually going to be joined live by the dev of Guns, Blocks, and Steel, Silver, or as you'll actually see them in the chat. Actually, let me just find where to see their name there. It's gone by because it was a pretty awesome name. Amalgamation, which I just have to say is a fantastic name. Silver, let me just get you unmuted here. Would you like to say hello and introduce yourself?
Hello?
Yes, hello, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Let me just drop the music down a little. There we go. Yeah, hi. Would you like to say hi to the chat and maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're based in the world? Tell them what time it is for you.
Yeah. Hello, chat. I'm from Texas, and it's 2 a.m. right now.
Oh, they sound pretty quiet. Hang on. Let me bump up their volume a little bit. Silver, can you just repeat that again for me? I'll bump that up a little bit louder for everyone.
I'm from Texas, and it's 2 a.m. right now.
There we go. That sounds like a bit better. So, just want to say thank you very much for actually staying up till 2 a.m. just to join in for this little live stream. I appreciate you being here. Chat, let me know if that volume is a little bit better for all of you, because I want to make sure we're able to hear both sides. Zonarix says it's okay. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. I'll just have to be careful with balancing the sound effects and other volume for the game then. So, because we actually have Silver joining us live, we're going to see how things go, but the idea for today is to basically be able to have a little bit more of a back and forth conversation with the dev. In the last 2 streams we've had, we've been lucky enough to have the dev hanging out in the chat, but we always know that it's a little bit harder to keep up with talking via text than it is to be able to actually just talk to someone about the game. So I'm going to throw to you, Silver. Sorry, I know we didn't prepare much for this, but can you tell us a little bit about Guns, Blocks, and Steel? What would you say as like an overview for the game?
Yeah, it's a multiplayer FPS with fully destructible terrain.
Fully destructible terrain, and like I saw from the screenshots and from what I can see on the screen at the moment that it does have a little bit of a Minecraft-esque vibe. Was that intentional going into it? Is it like something that you play and appreciate?
Yeah, I'll actually tell you which game inspired me. It's a game called Ace of Spades.
Ooh, I feel like I've heard of Ace of Spades before. And in fact, Zonarix called it in the chat just before you said it as well. Says reminds me of Ace of Spades or whatever it was called. I've heard of Ace of Spades, but I haven't played it. What's that game all about?
I played it like a long time ago. I like the classic version of it, So what happened was Ace of Spades, it got bought by Jagex, and they completely changed the game. They completely changed the whole feel of the game. And I was, honestly, when that happened, I was pretty pissed. Right? So this game is supposed to be inspired by the classic version of Ace of Spades.
Right, okay. So hang on, you said it got bought out by Jagex, the same company behind RuneScape, right? That Jagex?
Exactly. Yes.
That's interesting, because Jagex have had a bit of a history of releasing or taking over some other IPs, usually minor ones or ones that they created in-house, being popular with a small community and then that game dying quite quickly. Because I remember like some oh gosh, there would have been Flash games back in the day. So it's kind of interesting that we've seen a similar thing happen. But yeah, I had no idea that they were involved with Ace of Spades.
Yeah, they were.
And Raven said as well that they watched a video on it. Don't people keep classic servers alive? So is Ace of Spades still playable?
I don't know.
Ah, okay. And then you said, obviously, your game, Guns, Blocks and Steels, has been inspired by that. Inspired to what degree? Like, how many mechanics have been, I guess, are you paying homage to with your game?
It's been a while since I played that game, so I'm not really trying to, like, copy it or anything. Mm-hmm. But I remember it had a capture the flag mode and I guess a shovel or spade, joined the crusade, as it was called, which I've definitely put in the game. I think
I think I said it in the
flag. Yeah, the flag in the capture the flag mode was like a briefcase, something. It was like intel, right?
Okay, yeah.
But it's just a flag in my game. You don't want to just like copy it straight.
No, definitely appreciate that. Like, you don't want to be copying the game beat for beat. You want to be able to, create something that's uniquely yours and have your own spin and ideas on it. And I get the sense that you have gone down more that line. It sounds like you've taken a bit of inspiration from a game that you loved, but then kind of used that inspiration to create the game that you wanted.
And I've sort of added on to the classic Ace of Spades like formula, right? Mm-hmm. So one thing that I felt was missing from that game was explosions, right?
I mean, fair. Every game needs explosions.
Exactly. That's why I added the rocket launcher. Mm-hmm. The rocket launcher, which can basically destroy the whole map.
Ooh, okay. So we're going to have to make sure that we find that during this stream. Zonarix has asked a very important question. Does this game have sniper rifles?
No.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me like
we
should just be using rocket launchers to snipe, right?
Yes, exactly. That is a long-range weapon.
I can get behind that. It reminds me of playing like Halo. Sniper rifles are great. Rocket launchers are better.
Yeah.
I think it could be good fun. So I'm excited to see what range we've got. In fact, before we get into the game itself, let me just bring up the store page for everyone so we can have a quick peek at what's on here. And I can see in here we've got planned release date December 21st. So this game is coming out pretty shortly, which is good to see. Was there a particular reason that you chose that date, or was it just it was what you had lined up and it worked for when the game would be ready?
Yeah, Steam just makes you pick a date, and originally I had the date at like November something, but I changed it to December 20th, and well, I just stuck with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like you've had enough time to work on the game, and it's at a point that you're pretty happy with it, but I am curious, are you planning on any future updates post-launch?
Maybe. If the game has a good reception, then that's definitely something I'll consider.
Okay, like, and is it something where you've already got some ideas, or might be looking for some feedback from the community for new things?
For example, people have asked me to add sniper rifles.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be a pretty hot request given the chat at the moment.
That might be something, sort of a weapon that you don't start with, but you have to build.
Oh, I like that idea, because I did see this has some in-game crafting as well, hence the steel aspect of the name. So I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Now there's a couple of people asking some questions here saying, yes, Presence of Sniper Rifles is inherently reliant on game design. Yeah, I agree. That's Naive Melody. I think it's also going to see with game balance as well is probably going to be, how easy are they to obtain? Because if you have an entire team that's got sniper rifles, that could be interesting, a bit one-sided. Azazel was asking how I've managed to get access to one. Also, hi Azazel, good to see you. Yes, this is a pre-release version that Silver has been kind enough to provide me with, so we can get a little bit of a look of the game ahead of its launch. We're going to see how we go as well, because it is basically multiplayer only. It does have a single-player mode where you can play against bots, which is what we're going to be looking at to start with. But I do have a few additional keys to give out which are going to be valid only for the pre-release period. They will not give you access to the full final copy of the game. Is that right, Silver?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. But that means that potentially we can give some out as part of this stream, and we can have some people jump in and actually test out some of the multiplayer, which could be good fun. Now, the other thing I wanted to have a look at is just, given the nature of some of the screenshots on here and the obvious comparisons to Minecraft, are the maps in the game handcrafted, or is there an element of procedural generation here?
There's both.
Interesting.
We can have procedural or handcrafted.
Okay, so there's options when you're choosing what map to play on?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You can play on a small procedural map or a large procedural map. And there are also handcrafted small or large maps.
Okay. That's a nice touch. That gives it just a little bit more flair and a little bit more flavor. I'm glad that you took that approach with it. I am curious, like, from a procedural generation standpoint, I imagine there would have been a bit of a challenge balancing that. Does that mean that the maps that are generated are symmetrical or asymmetrical? What does that look like?
Well, the resources on the map are semi-randomized, right? So they spawn sort of close to middle of the map, but not in the exact same place all the time. They're like a little bit randomized, but not too randomized, so that like if all the resources spawn like right next to one team's base, then that would be a pretty lopsided match. So it needs to there needs to be a balance between random and fairness.
That's why I was kind of wondering like how you would balance that with the procedural generation, because that inherently has elements of randomness. But yeah, given some of the environments that I'm seeing in the background, I think it's going to be quite fun to kind of get in and see how the terrain affects the gameplay, because I've seen in the trailer that you can use the shovel to remove blocks and create your own paths through areas that you can see in the snapshot here. So I'm very interested to see what this is going to look like from a gameplay perspective. And oh yeah, of course, there we go. LM has already wishlisted this game as well. They're so quick on that one. But I have to say, like, overall, this looks like you've had a pretty solid idea of what you want the game to be, and you've, at least as far as I can tell from the outside looking in, managed to really hone in on that concept. So I'm excited to see what level of polish we've got with the game. We'll play a few rounds against some bots and see how it flows. And go from there. Corncube, though, has asked a very important question. What engine have you used to create this game?
It's made with Unity.
Okay. And did you run into any particular challenges using the Unity engine for it, or was there a particular reason that you used Unity rather than any other engine?
Because of the multiplayer aspect and the whole 3D nature of the game. Because with Unity, we have all these networking frameworks like that pretty much make it almost easy to make a multiplayer game. Not easy, but it's still hard to make a multiplayer game. But
yeah,
these networking frameworks, they really help. Like,
okay.
If I tried to make this game like without any networking framework, it would have been hell for sure.
I can believe that. That's cool. That's something I wasn't aware of. So Unity has basically some built-in framework that just makes enabling multiplayer components inherently simpler compared to other engines. I like this. This is why I want to jump in and have these conversations, because it's helping me learn a little bit more about the game dev aspect as well. Like I always say, I come into this and I enjoy, getting to meet and chat with people like yourself in the game dev world, although I don't have any experience there myself. So apologies if some of my questions are a little naive, but this is why I want you here to have that voice of reason for some of the questions that the chat's going to be asking. Now, I think on that note, we should be looking to get into the actual game, but before we do, I've got two kind of pointy questions that I'd love to hear your thoughts on. And the first one is, for this game, obviously it's releasing pretty soon, so I imagine you've already put pretty much all the finishing touches and the polish on it. Would you be able to narrow down like any one particular aspect of the game that you are most proud of? Is the kind of thing that you point out and go, yeah, this bit that I put into the game, this is really cool. Keep an eye out for it.
The destruction for sure. Like that's pretty much the whole premise of the game, destroying
Okay.
everything.
I'm
Right?
excited to see how that looks.
And of course, I'm
Mhm.
I'm proud of the whole multiplayer aspect. That was a lot of work. Like it really makes everything harder. The multiplayer aspect,
Right.
which is why.
No, that makes sense. I imagine the moment you try and make anything multiplayer, there's so much more
Yeah.
work
Oh yeah.
goes on
One more
behind the
thing.
scenes. Yeah?
One more thing. The bots. The AI for the bots.
Hmm.
That was also a big challenge. You know, people don't really know about AI in games. Like, it can get quite complicated, all the AI stuff you have to do. Even though people might not use the bots, I still have the option so people can play single player. It's not just locked to multiplayer.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want someone who maybe is in a different time zone
Oh,
or
yeah.
doesn't have friends to play with
So,
yet to be able to dive in and experience the game, have a good
yeah.
time, and then hopefully share it with others, right?
Also, I wanted to have co-op elements to the game, and I can make that happen by implementing bots. There's actually there's two co-op game modes in the game right now,
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
and it's they're called assault and invasion. So for assault, you basically just assault a base that's guarded by bots, and when you get rid of them all, you win, right?
Right,
And then
okay.
for invasion, that's basically just the inverse of assault. You are defending a base from bots.
Okay, makes sense.
And the one other game mode besides capture the flag is called space race, right?
I'm
So
guessing that's
in
what the
that game mode,
rocket in the
yeah,
screenshot
that's
here is all about.
that's that's what the rocket is about. Yeah, it's you just gather resources to build your rocket, and then the first team to launch the rocket wins.
I like that. So it allows for a more tactical play from the sound of it because you have to switch priorities between probably resource gathering and defending your base or trying to attack your opponent's base to sabotage them, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited to see how this plays out. Thank you. That's given me a little bit more intrigue, I think, for the game here. Had a couple of other quick questions before we get into the gameplay. Another one from Zonorix asking if you're planning to do any other advertising other than this stream. Like, have you already looked at putting ads out or linked and spoken about your game elsewhere?
No, I don't really have a marketing budget for this game. It's just me. I'm a solo dev. I don't I don't really know how to do marketing or
I've
really.
heard that, honestly, sometimes, like, building the game is obviously a big piece of the battle, but trying to market the game is a whole nother arena.
Yeah, that's why you really just you can't care about the money if you're an indie dev. You yeah, if you want to get into game dev, you don't go into it for the money because you're probably not going to make any.
I think that's probably kind of sage advice, and it's a good attitude to take. And I think it applies to a lot of different aspects of content creation. If you go in for it just for the money aspect, you're probably going to be sorely disappointed.
Exactly.
You should be going into it because it's your passion and you want to create things that are going to make people experience emotions, joy, whatever that might be, but to give them an experience and hopefully something that they'll talk about. And I think if you're able to deliver on that, then the money might come further down the line, right?
Yeah.
You've got to make something that's successful. And the
You
problem
just-
is, like, you look at
you
most
just-
AAA games these days, they're designed around making money. Do they work?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Nope,
but
not really.
yeah, I would say that we're getting to a point now where a larger and larger piece of the gaming pie is probably starting to veer away from AAA because they're getting disillusioned with it. and they're looking for more unique indie experiences. I mean, that's why I think everyone's hanging out in the chat here and even showing interest in these kinds of games. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. It's only one way to see how things go, though. I saw one other question in here. Yes, Azazel saying, silly question. Never a silly question, Azazel. But is there any prevention or ways against griefing? Considering the destructible exteriors, you fear a bit in regards to that. So, yeah, is there any griefing protection put in this game? Like, are there aspects of the base that can't be destroyed?
So, by griefing, do you mean like your teammates like destroying your own base?
I would say potentially teammates destroying your own base, or your opponents being able to destroy your base and then spawn camp you.
I mean, your opponents being able to destroy your base is like the whole premise of the game, but if your teammates are destroying your own base, then there's not really much I can do about that. I say just play with better people.
I mean, that's kind of fair advice. All right, I think it's going to be interesting to dive in and take a look. While I've still got you, let's have a quick look through some of the UI and design setups. We'll talk about that, and then we'll get into some actual gameplay, shall we? First of all, I want to say I do like the presentation of the main menu. I think you've managed to hit the nail on the head quite thematically for what you're going for. We're going to have a look. You've got a tutorial button down the bottom for how to play. We'll jump into that in a second. We do have a Discord link here as well. Let's have a look at your options menu, shall we? I like it. It's simple, but it gets the job done. You've kept it thematic. You've used the same font choice throughout the menu, which is nice. It did correctly detect my resolution. It's gone full screen. You've got VSync options. I haven't got any, at least I can see on here, yeah, no graphical presets, but I think the game is relatively basic and probably doesn't really have anything too intensive that warrants it. Got anti-aliasing and shadow options. Yep, it's gone higher by default, so I'm guessing that is correctly detecting my graphics card, which is a nice touch.
Can I just say that it's kind of weird for me watching the stream because it's delayed.
It will be. Apologies. Not too much I can do about that, unfortunately, but you have to wait for me to catch back up. Now, I do like that you've got the sliders for the mouse sensitivity and the field of view as well, and that's actually quite clever, putting the number on the slider. It's pretty clear and easy to read. Thank you as well for giving the option to turn screen shake on and off. Audio section, we've got separate sliders for sound effect and music. Now, one thing that I did notice that I want to point out, I don't think it's a bad thing, it's just these little design details that I find interesting. The actual bar behind the slider appears to be one graphic that stretches as you move it.
That is different.
Oh, we found something. What's different? What's changed?
Oh wait, never mind. Did you change the settings from the default?
Yes, I did, because the music was too loud. Yeah, we had to adjust it. It did start with the music in the middle and the sound effect maxed out. And actually, Sander has just had a good suggestion. If you want to turn the stream off for a second, let me see if I can share my screen so that you can actually see live what's happening a little better.
Okay.
Let's do this for you. This is going to be interesting to see how well my internet can handle this. Hopefully we don't get too lots of sound. It should be muted on my end anyway. There you go. How's that looking? Should be able to see it all live.
Yeah, I can see it.
Excellent. We'll leave that running. I'll come back to these guys here. Azazel did point out, no numbers for the volume, sadly. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's fair. You could have had a percentage on there, but a design question that was on my mind. Like I was saying, I noticed that it's just basically one image that's been used for the bar that stretches or contracts depending on where it is in position. I'm assuming that was a design element and a purposeful decision to basically make it work that way rather than one stretch, one graphic behind that it just kind of moves along over the top of. Oh, hang on. Apparently the stream is now gone very laggy. Apparently this did not work. Alright, I'm going to have to cancel that one. Sorry, mate. It was a good try. Let's bring that back so the stream doesn't suffer. Internet ain't having it, says Azazel. turned into Graeldon.exe. Oh no. All right. Lastly, actually, hang on, just wait. The chat should come back. We've killed that stream. Are we back, guys? It's the YouTube of the good old days. We were like what 140p or something. Australia to Texas buffering is legit. It absolutely is. Naive Melody. Apologies. We gave it a go. It was worth a shot. Now we know for next time. There we go. We're better. We're back. We're back, everyone. Perfect. Last one I do want to call out. Thank you for including a proper control section where everything is listed and it looks like everything is rebindable as well. That's a really lovely touch. So thank you very, very much for including that. I appreciate it. All right. Let's have a quick look at the how to play. Interesting. So we've opted for the text approach. I think that kind of makes sense given that there is no single player story to play through that would teach you it as you go. But was there a decision that you made at any point to have a tutorial like this compared to having the how to play drop the player into a level on their own and then have pop-ups and things in that way?
Yeah. I actually plan to have like some a kind of different tutorial system than most games, right? So I wanted there to be a button you press while you're looking at something, and then when you press that button, your help text will appear. You can look at anything and it'll pop up help text for it.
Interesting.
But I have not added that because I'm not really sure if it's necessary, because like the game isn't like that complicated. Like I updated this how to play screen, and you know, it's pretty much everything you need to know is there. I mean,
yeah. I like this. Hold G to cook the grenade before you throw it. I love games that let you do that.
And if you cook it too long, you blow yourself up.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Risk reward mechanic right there. All right. So I think the main things that like are on my mind is that there's a little bit of complexity maybe with the shovel mechanics. Left click to dig, right click to place. However, there's a lot of crossover, I think, for what I'm seeing here in terms of the general controls between common FPS setup and Minecraft mechanics. So I think Minecraft is the same. Left click, hold it to dig, right click to place blocks, scroll wheel to switch what you're wielding. Seems like there's a lot of inspiration that's been taken there, am I right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely some thought that's gone into the controls to make them more natural, I think, for people that have come from similar games, which I think is a great angle to take. We've got a bit of an overview of resources and how to use them, so you can find them clumps around the map. So you have to use dynamite to get the drop door. Okay, like that, because otherwise I would have tried to use the shovel.
This is how I distinguish the game from Minecraft. Instead of just, you know, mining it with the shovel, you have to use the dynamite.
Okay, makes sense. There's vehicles in the game. We've got an ATV, Humvee, and a tank. Different buildings to use: blast furnace, factory, rocket. We've got, these are the game modes that you were talking about earlier. So capture the flag, assault, invasion, space race. Interesting. And then we've got a list of the weapons as well. So we have a pistol, assault rifle, rocket launcher, dynamite, grenade, and shovel. I love that the shovel isn't like you can dig blocks with it. It's you can hit people with it. That's excellent.
Yeah.
It's like you can hit people with it. Should you? Up to you. And I like a little bit of casual humor in some of these more dry descriptions. Like dynamite, supposed to be used for mining, but hey, it works for warfare too. Those are nice little touches. Love games that don't take themselves too seriously and have humor in like just the right amounts. All right. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would want me to know before we dive into an actual game?
So are you gonna start like single player with bots first?
Yeah, that's where I'm planning on starting off.
Yeah, you can do that. That's how I would suggest people do it.
Perfect.
Start off with bots, and then later you can go to a multiplayer.
Perfect. All right, well, we'll start off there. We'll see what we managed to uncover. I just want to say thank you very much, Silver, for jumping on a call and chatting with me about your game. Very excited to get in and actually have a little bit of a play around with it. We'll jump off the call, but feel free to hang out in the chat for as long as you feel like staying up. I'm sure myself or the guys already there in chat will have some additional questions for you as we get into some gameplay. But otherwise, yeah, just want to say thank you very, very much for actually taking time out of your evening, or very early morning for you, to come and hang out and talk about things.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for having me.
No, been an absolute pleasure. Thanks, Silver. Talk to you soon. All right, let me just check a little bit on the settings to get this back to where I want it to be. Although that was a good lesson to learn for next time. Just got to be careful with how I manage the volume on some things. We'll just drop that down. Hopefully this isn't too loud for all of you. You're getting about half of what I'm getting, so about here should be good. Excellent. All right, so yeah, if you have any further questions for Silver, they will be hanging out in the chat for a little bit. They did say that they can't stay too long simply because it is like 2:30 in the morning already for them. So let's get into a game and see what it's all about. And I'm sure if you've got more questions, Silver will be happy to chat away. So for map sizes, we've got, here we go, yeah, different procedural maps. I want to take a look at both options. And then we have these pre-built ones for Horseshoe Island, Thunderdome, and Volcanic Island. Now, I think someone previously did mention around the highlight color behind options in the menu. In that here we've got this red background, which I think is okay, but there's maybe a bit of a contrast issue for some people. But in here we've gone for a light blue, which is actually quite nice and easy to read. I think let's start with Horseshoe Islands. Yeah, we'll go for... I like the little hand-drawn map, actually. That's cute. It's a nice touch. But yeah, we'll go with a pre-built one, and then we'll have a look at a procedurally generated one afterwards. We will play during the day. We'll allow multiple biomes. I like it. You've got quite a bit of customization here. That's very, very neat. We can have different road types. We can choose to start with vehicles. We're going to put the... there is an aimbot level of difficulty for the bots. That is awesome. Cheers to that. That's an excellent thing to include. For those that really want the 100 kills experience, once again, we'll leave them on green. Won't go elite. We'll just pop them on green so it's not, me just getting my ass kicked for the entire live stream. And we'll do a round of capture the flag to see how it goes. So we can actually choose how many are on each team. I think we're going to do one round with the preset, and then we'll do another round with it maxed out for maximum carnage and chaos, because I think that sounds like fun. What am I drinking, Knife Melody? Nothing too fancy. I wish this had whiskey in it, but it does not. It is just vanilla Coke. Vanilla Coke because I like Coke, but slightly fancier. When I drink, I need to have my little pinky out. That's how we do it. Excellent. But I've also got some water here on the side for afterwards. Hardcore mode. You only get one life. That is interesting. Ultra hardcore, when you die in game, you die in real life for legal reasons. This option is disabled. Love that that's there just as a gag. Doesn't need to be, but like it is. Realism mode, bullets do more damage, zooming is disabled, and the crosshair is removed. Interesting. An extremely destructive rockets. We'll leave that off, but we'll play with that second time. I'm assuming because this is here, that means it is already set up as a private game. Yes, if this is unchecked, your game won't appear on the lobby list. That's an interesting way of doing it. My advice on this one is that I probably would reverse the wording on it. Because there's a bit confusing. Like, if it's unchecked, your game won't appear on the lobby list. As opposed to, if it is checked, the game will appear on the lobby list. Drunk Grail, not drinking out of a chalice. No. To be fair, Azazel, I do want to get potentially a chalice, because it would be very thematic. But I also want to get a proper Templar helm, because I think that would be hilarious to use for something like Halloween next year. But no, the glasses are stemless wine glasses, because everything tastes better out of a stemless wine glass, and they're also the perfect size for holding an entire can of whatever your desired beverage is. That's why they're my glass of choice. Alright, on that note, let's get into this. We're going to play... Ah, yes, that reminds me of Minecraft. Generating meshes. We're going to play the red team, because everyone knows red goes faster, and we are straight into it. I like that we actually have a little bit of different music as well. So, we have an ammunition spot. Oh, I am going to say the sensitivity is maybe a little on the high side. Can I change it? I think I can. Yes! I can drop my sensitivity. Oh, that's still kind of high. I'm going to have to drop that a little bit more. Game, I'm going to pop that right down to 1. Yeah, now I feel like... Oh, look at that zoom. Heck yes. Okay, so we start with some stone. We've got rockets. Alright, there's a lot going on here. So, factory info. We need steel, gold. We have to make ammunition. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Multi-rockets and scatter rockets. Alright, so I'm assuming one of the first things we're going to need to do is find some actual resources. Now, I wonder how good the directional sound is, because I can hear sound over in this direction. And like, so far, like... And I mean this in the nicest possible way. Oh, hi. Hey, what are you... I just kind of want to see what he's doing. Typical Minecraft player. Just digging holes straight away. I was going to say, it feels very Minecrafty to start with, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Where's my shovel? What number was it set to? It's not 1, it's 2. There we go. So yeah, it's just a 1 hit, and you can dig the block out of the way. There's no break animation like there is in Minecraft. It's instantaneous. Which I think for a first-person shooter, you kind of need that. You need to be able to respond to things quickly. Oh, wow. Okay. That is an interesting layout. Okay, so the road goes across that way, and it goes around the water to the other side where the opponent's base is. So, I'm guessing we do want to start. Is there fall damage? No fall damage. Okay, probably for the best. Here we go. There is fall damage. I like it. But I do kind of agree with Sanders' point. The red team looks more green than anticipated, which is kind of interesting. I was expecting red over their names. Right, so can we throw some dynamite down? How big's the blast radius? That big. Nice. Alright. Well, that's fun, but that's not resources. Because I imagine the biggest part at the start of this game is just trying to find iron to make steel so that you can make vehicles and things like that. So, you know what? There's only one thing to do to start with, and that's to dig down and find resources. I wonder how dark it gets in here, because you've got proper, what looks like, not ray trace, but you've got like real-time lighting for the shadows. Which means that once you start getting down, it's probably going to get quite dark. And I'm very curious to know how deep you can go. Red team's supposed to be Soviet style. Good to know. Ah, well, I'm guessing that is the bottom of the world. Is it going to make me swim or just fall down and die? No. There's more down here. Excellent. We can go for a swim. This is what you came here for, right? Alright, that's as far down as we go. Good to know. And now I can't get out. Perfect. Well, I think that was an absolute bust with trying to find any resources. We'll probably let the bots do that. In the meantime, let's get our butts back up here and see if we can find some opponents and probably just invade their base for the fun of it. That sounds like fun. Also, I love that little walking animation. It's a little derpy, but it's cute. Alright, I think we want to be over here. Where did the road go? Someone blew up the road. Vehicles are now going to be useless. We're going to have to actually dig our way through to make a path for vehicles later. There we go. Going to have to let the bots do all the heavy lifting for me. Because we can hear explosions going off over there, so they're doing something. There's also limited sprint, and I like that down the bottom left, to show you like when you're exhausted, it's not a sound effect, it's just a little lightning bolt symbol that appears. I do think, personally, I would appreciate having, like, the moment you start sprinting, the lightning bolt appears and it drains down to indicate when you run out. That's my personal preference, but I'd be curious to know, Silver, if there was a particular reason why you took this design approach to it. Because I'm definitely not trying to say, oh, you should change it, but I'm curious to know, like, why it was implemented the way it is. Right. He didn't look like a friend. It's so shiny. Look how shiny those rocks are. Is that iron? Probably. Stuck in zoom mode. Get out of that. This must be what we need. Alright. You know what that means? It means it's diggy diggy time. Perfect. Now, do I need to pick it up? Maybe. Yes. Oh, this is gold ore? Ah, okay. And we have limited inventory space. I was not expecting that. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. Oh, am I covering? I am covering the HUD. Apologies. Boop. Ow. Okay. That's a rocket. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And we now, it's not that I'm questioning your logic here, but I somehow feel like I was not supposed to spawn up there. But I'm glad that it happened. That's quite fun. Yeah, so there is a little bit of a resource HUD down in the bottom corner there. Okay, so we have not a lot of ammunition. Can I refill all of that? Thank you. So, if that's where the gold is, where am I? Actually, what's gold used for? Is it used for purchasing things? Doesn't say. That needs steel. Okay, these need gold. Okay, so for making rockets, that's what you need. Got it. So where is iron? Because I don't think this was iron, was it? This was just dirt, right? Yeah, that's just dirt. I'm assuming the iron is also going to be something shiny. Is that more gold? Yup. Okay, so it does have little particle effects. Well, let's just blow that up. Don't see how this could go wrong. Beautiful, look at that. Oh no, this is iron. Oh, that's... Okay, I am going to say that's a little unusual. I personally would expect the gold to be a different color. Or the iron to be a different color, rather. That is a very orangey iron ore. There we go. Bag is full. Because, yeah, there's the little lumps. So I can take those back. Get them smelting. A question that I've got on my mind. Because this is like where my mind goes, right? If I've never played a game like this before. Diving in for the first time. Hi, Heavy. Can I destroy the other team's buildings? Because that would be kind of cool. Okay, so we put steel into there. Okay, so this is a reservoir, basically, for everyone to be able to build stuff. We've got... Okay, refined metal goes into there. So you almost need to have someone who just sits around and crafts stuff for the rest of the team to use. And I don't hate that. Because it gives you a very... It's like, it's role-based team play, isn't it? In the same way that Team Fortress goes, alright, your job is the pyro, the heavy, the engineer. This game is very much going, right, your job is going to be mining or digging or, you know, crafting ammunition, whatever it might be. Thank you for blowing up. Let's grab some more of this. Although, it feels kind of limited with the amount that you can carry. Like, I want to be able to make myself backpack upgrades so that I can carry more iron and make my trips more efficient. Deposit iron there. Take the steel. Pop it in there. Beautiful. So, we need 20 steel to make an ATV. I think we're going to do that and then go check out the opponent's base. What are your thoughts on the Pet Shop Boys rendition of Always on My Mind? I'm not sure I know the exact one you're talking about, but I'm going to say it's fine. I've never been a huge fan of the Pet Shop Boys. They're alright. Don't go out of my way to listen to them. There we go. Let me just check here. Pretty sure the iron color is actually more realistic. Ah, it's realistic. Iron is supposed to be... Oh, it's more of an orange. Gotcha. Because it's more of like a rust color. Now, the question is... Can I actually get out of here with just a shovel? Because otherwise I am trapped. Oh, no. No, I'm not. I can just place stone. Don't be a dummy, Grail. You can just do this. And then parkour your way out of any situation. Parkour! 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 Nailed it. Alright. But yeah, this gives me... And I mean this in the nicest possible way. It gives me vibes reminiscent of playing, like, custom Minecraft game mode maps. And I think that's a good thing, because this gives you an opportunity to make it a more curated experience. I think I did still have some extra iron ore down here. Yes. Because I will also need some of this to make more dynamite. Which makes for an interesting balance of the gameplay. Like, you don't want to spend all your iron and then not be able to make more dynamite. That would be very bad. In fact, is that possible? I can hear a lot of explosions going on. Oh! Now that's cool to see. When you can see the destructible terrain in the distance, and we're going to have to check more of that out shortly. There we go. When you hear that behind you, you're just like, oh no. Okay, we can make an ATV. Perfect. If I need more... Okay, yes, this is rockets. Okay, dynamite grenades is a full free refill. Nice. That's what my concern was, is like, do they cost anything to make or not? They do not. Beautiful. Can we see? It just says takes 50 seconds. So we'll do one more trip to grab some iron. And by the time we come back, we should have an ATV ready to go. And then we win the game, right? Something like that? I think that's how it works. Let's just throw that right there. That right there. You can go over the back. I mean, that is a thing of beauty to watch. Who doesn't love just blowing up terrain? There's a number of games that do destructible terrain, but I have to say, like, the one that I've played that did it probably the best and was the most fun to just mess around with was, I think it was called Red Planet. I could be wrong. No, yeah, it was Red Planet Armageddon, I think it was called. If you haven't played that game, do yourself a favor and check it out, because that was kind of special. Also, has someone stolen my ATV? No, there it is. Excellent. Let's immediately drive into a hole. I also can't shoot while I'm on the bike, but that's that's fine. Let's go. We are going to get blown up, and it's going to be glorious. We haven't killed a single person yet, but that's fine. We built an ATV, and we're going to drive it into the enemy base, because I'm assuming they can just take it straight back. Yes, Red Faction. Sorry, not Red Planet. I was thinking of Mars, who hangs out in chat. Thump. Come on. You're an ATV. You should be able to get up a 1-block height jump. Seriously? It can't. Unless... I'm missing something in the how to play real quick. Vehicles. Fast and cheap vehicle. cool. I am not missing anything. It cannot jump. Alright, it's been great, ATV. I'm gonna leave you there. Oh no. Alright. Do we actually... I saw something up there. It looks like some of the bots enjoy just digging in straight lines. Which is kind of cute. Cute bot behavior. Really makes you think how you want to use the terrain. But also, I can get a... Wait. We're meant to be... I didn't think we were meant to be building rockets. Have I got my game road rock? Oh, you can build slopes. I'm a fucking idiot, aren't I? Hello, people. I see you over there. I wonder how good the AI is, because you were quite pleased with the AI that you built for your bots. So let's see what happens. They do shoot back. They're good. They are good. Okay. Noted. But why are we actually meant to be building a rocket? Ow. What the heck? Well, someone just had a really bad day. Glad it wasn't me. Rocket's just decorative. Good to know. Because I got very confused for a second. Thought I was playing the wrong game mode. So interesting. The vehicles are kind of core to be able to get to your opponent quickly enough. Unless you simply just build your way across, I guess. Because I can... Ah, but there's no shift to not fall mechanic. Shift is sprint. So you can't just bridge your way across. But... you can probably do the noob tower approach. Kind of. Not the same as it is in Minecraft, but it does work. Alright, let's go see if we can find the enemy and, at the very least, shoot some rockets at them. Because that's what we're here to do, right? All we need to do is sneak into their base and take their flag. Which is all the way over there. Huh. Well, I mean, at least the view is nice. Oh my god. Where are they? There's someone just in the water down there. Have a rocket. I think he might be a friend. He's shooting the wall there. That's incredible. Oh, and there's rocket types. So Q to switch. High explosive. I don't have any of those. Okay. Fair play, fair play. Wow. No, I'm cool with that. That's totally my fault. We do have some still. Let's make some high explosive rockets. Does that take time? It takes 150 seconds. Now, this is the one thing that I've noticed here. Oh, we don't have any gold. That's why. All right, I'll go get some gold. As far as I can tell, there's no way to be able to see like a build queue. To be able to see what's currently in progress. Because when I was selected the ATV, like, we heard the sound effect, we knew it was being made, but we couldn't see a progress bar or anything to know how far along it was. I think that, personally, would be a nice little addition to add in, to just be able to give a sense of, you know, how much longer you actually need to wait. Should go and do something else in the meantime. The rocket's just decorative. Crouch is left control. Am I actually crouching, though? I guess it's to aim better. Okay. On the left there is build info. Okay, I must have missed that. Apologies. I'll go back and take a look shortly. Naive Melody. Thoughts on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Ooh, yeah, you're really trying to find all these different franchises that make me look bad, huh? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what do I have to say about that? It's not something that I watched growing up. I tried to get into it a couple of years ago, and I was unfortunately unsuccessful. I got I started, like, on Season 1. Oh. Oi! You can find the items that you drop when you die. Nice. I wonder if that means you can get the items from other NPCs as well. Yeah, tried to watch it start with Season 1. Got a handful of episodes in. And lost interest. Just didn't quite grab me in the same way that it did for others. Okay, so I can change my material like that. And someone was saying there is a way to change shape. Controls, shovel, scroll wheel to switch blocks, Q to switch block type. Okay. There we go. Let's get this ATV out of here. Thank you. Yeah! Now we're getting somewhere. Perfect. Now, where things are going to be tricky is obviously everyone respawns right at the base. So getting in and then out again is going to be quite difficult. Especially if you don't have a team that you can actively coordinate with. So let's get up here and see. Oh, yep, someone's seen me already. Holy cow. Right. Nope, no ammo on that type. That doesn't help. I'm hoping I didn't blow myself up there because that would be incredibly embarrassing. But that was fun. Buddy, are you okay? Let's get you out of there so you're actually helping someone, huh? Hey, there we go. Good job. Let's, I mean, that's fine. Let's just block that off so no one goes in there again. Oh, yeah, okay, I did miss that. There is a currently building. Good to know. We only have 19 steel. Guys, what are you doing? That didn't kill him? Oh, boy. Seriously? I fired like 3 bullets and then had to reload. I'm sorry, what? That was bouncing. Why was that bouncing? Hi. They're tunneling in. Anyone else down there? Can't hear you. Okay. That's wild. And I love that they do that. That's really interesting. The feeling that I'm getting, and maybe it's just unlucky map selection, is that it almost feels like there is too much space between the bases. Like they actually need to be just a little bit closer together so that more action is forced more often. Like I said, it could very well just be I've chosen a quite large map. There's only one way to find out. And that's going to be to play more maps after this. As it seems like it very much encourages the bots to take the shortest path. Gotcha. Which is why we're seeing a handful of them in the water. Yeah, we're playing on a large map, try a small one. But I think that's the same way of, like, if you're playing something like Battlefield, you're a small player in a much larger war that's going on, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just you have to rethink your role and the scale of the gameplay. The question is, I don't know how good the bots are in terms of taking the initiative to, like, gather resources. Like, if I just leave them to their own thing, will they make a tank and actually win? Who knows? They so far seem to be just... Actually, let's follow this guy. Let's see what the AI is doing. Where did you go, buddy? Wait, where did you go? No, really. Oh, there he is. Over there. He's the golden retriever. Alright. Are you going to retrieve anything? Potholes. Huh. Let's switch to the shovel so I can actually get my way through here. Golden Retriever. Where'd you go? Can't. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, they're just swimming across because it's faster than going around. Interesting. I mean, it's a tactic. Yeah, they've also been blasting rockets at each other here. They've made a path. Hi. Gosh. I can only imagine how evil the AI actually gets. Wait, why is... Okay, there's a rocket there now. Why is it I never see the rocket when I'm in our own base, but I see it everywhere else? The AI doesn't gather resources or use the factory to be way too complicated code. Okay, that would be... What are you guys doing? Where are you going? The base is in the other direction. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep. This is the... Oh, they're probably gathering blocks. Maybe. Oh, yeah, because you just walk along this. I thought I'd actually be swimming, like Minecraft style, just bobbing my way along, but no, I can see why they're just walking across here now. That is actually the smarter thing to do. Alright, we must become one with the AI. This is the way to victory. Or potentially just the way to die from the sound of that gunfire. Let's go to that one. They're having a bad time. Okay. You're dead. Interesting. Well, let's use the terrain to our advantage and actually dig down a little bit, shall we? We're going to burrow our way in. The AI looks like it doesn't cheat too badly. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to, just for the fun of it. Screw it! He popped up right in front of me. Holy cow! That's brutal. Right in front of my face. Alright, now the problem here is that running low on bullets, so let's use that up to make some. So there we go, yeah, it does tick down, it shows a timer. That's cool. Wow. They've been having a field day here. Also, how far away can I place blocks? That far, apparently. Right. They've been making stairs. I'm going to take just the tunnel approach. Sorry, guys. This is going to be boring for just a hot minute. But this is short-term pain for long-term gain. This is how you win wars, boys. You dig trenches from one side to the other. I'm sure this is very engaging and interesting gameplay. And I may have underestimated just how far I have to dig. But I'm going to have an entire world's worth of resources to use after this. And one long tunnel that people can just shoot down. It's going to be brilliant. I don't see this backfiring in any way, shape, or form. Oh gosh. This is like those Minecraft digging streams where they're just like, yeah, today we're going to do like a quarry at the y=10 level until we find diamonds. And it just looks like this for about 3 hours. So, yeah, how's your day going, I guess? Hey, there we go. We made it. Swim! Honestly, I think what this game needs is more rockets? Seems they have their own rocket! Whee! That is incredible. Okay. Let's go find an enemy to shoot. Lead on, Golden Retriever. Or whoever that was. Probably wasn't Golden Retriever and they just got really offended by that. Oh, hello. Don't you... How many bullets does it take to kill you? Apparently only one for me. Okay, you guys are all just having a grand old time down there. Guys, could you just get out of there for a second, actually help the team? That'd be great. Yep, thank you. Now, I'm going to test something here just because I'm feeling a little bit quirky and fun. I wonder if the AI actually knows how to deal with different types of blocks. And that if I put ramps down in places that they're really not expecting ramps, can they actually dig through them? Because I noticed that my 2 ramps that I had placed down here seem to be causing problems. So if I simply put more ramps, does that cause more problems? And then they can't get the flag. Because that would be incredible. And that is thinking outside the box. Or blocks, however you want to look at it. So, yeah, this is... Oh no! Oh no! I think I broke it. Silver? Well, we're back. We're good. Alright. Don't know what caused that. That was interesting. Have you seen that bug before? That's a great question. This is why we playtest and do some weird stuff. Not sure if Silver is still hanging out or if they had to go. I know Silver is still here, yeah. Did I just glitch in the floor? I don't know. I kind of just made some of the texture of the ground disappear. It was still solid because I didn't fall through and die instantly, but that was definitely not how it was meant to go. Now, I am just thinking because you said that the AI doesn't actually mine anything. A tank needs 100 steel. Holy cow. Screw it. You guys have got base defense covered. We're going for it. I don't think they're going to break through my ramps. I think my ramps are fine. So let's go get ourselves some more iron ore. And we have to do this 10 trips of getting as much iron as we can carry. There we go. Have some more of that. And then we will get ourselves a tank and we should win. Because I'm assuming a tank is actually kind of defensive. And if it's not, I'm going to be very sad and upset. Just trying to level out a little bit of ground here so I can make a path for myself. I don't have to do parkour all the freaking time. Right. That is a decent amount. Yep. Also, I really hope that dynamite explosions don't destroy dropped objects. Because that would be very unfortunate, because I would have just blown up so much iron ore. Hi, buddy. Let me just... Code bot. Is your code okay, buddy? Hi. Hello? Are you alright? He's very mad about something. Not sure what. We'll leave him be. Yeah, and this is where I'm becoming curious, because Silver, you said you were quite happy about the AI, but they don't really mine resources. So I'm curious as to why they head over in this direction. It makes me feel like they would be, by default, heading towards the enemy base. Yeah, see, they get confused by the ramps. There you go, bud. You're okay. Get yourself through there. 21 steel in there. Excellent. Deposit. We're getting there. We are almost a third of the way. I need more dynamite. There we go. I like that my dynamite makes a reloading noise. Is he still here? He is. Can I kill you? Oh, yep, they turn on you. Hi. I'm just trying to reset you, buddy. It's for your own good. Trust me. I know, it's like medicine. You don't want to take it. Oh. We did it again. Right, I know what's doing it. Or at least sometimes. Yep, there we go. Right click and left click in, like, close timing to each other is causing that to happen. Makes you clip through the ground. So that's pretty cool. It's a thing of beauty. And now I can see where all the ore deposits are. So we only really have the one iron ore deposit there. Don't see another one any further out. Also, hang on a sec. Can I use this to get straight over to the enemy base? Sometimes they just decide to wander the map. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. Let's... Okay, you're having fun up there. I'm having fun down here. Between us, we've got this. There you go. You can see my massive tunnel there. The tunnel of victory that no one is using. The thing is, though, if I go straight out here, I'm just going to pop out onto the water. And I don't want to do that. I want to go all the way around so I can pop up right in the middle of their base. I just have to hope I get there before the enemy does. Hang on, can I shoot them through here? Because I can see him. Yes, I can. Oh, no! Oh, you're going to have a very bad day, my friends. If only I had more ammunition. This is going to be excellent. But yeah, don't feel bad, Silver, that we managed to find a bug. That's what this is all about. Also, yeah, they've just gone and dug tunnels all the way up along there. Wild. Why are they going in that direction? Or maybe that's the outside of a mountain or something, actually. Might be the outside of a mountain. It's terrain generation like this. But yeah, don't feel bad about us finding bugs. Because this is the whole point of being able to play these games before they release. We want to find this stuff before it goes to the broader public. However, this does make me feel like I perhaps don't want this... we don't want to do the multiplayer just yet. Because otherwise everyone is going to do this. And it's not going to be particularly fun. But I have to see if this works. It'd be great if this got a full release. You should have to, like, accumulate, like, 250 gold or 250 iron ore, and you can upgrade to a golden shovel that allows you to clip through the ground. There we go. We're almost there. Yep, we can see the enemy. Hey there, buddy. Gonna let you do your thing. Hey, yep, digging along. Man, that feels bad. It feels really low. This is what gaming is all about. It feels like I've used some kind of like hack or cheat code. Just be like, all right, let's do it this way. There's my ATV. It is having a bad time. It is smoking heavily. That is a habit that you should probably stop. Now the question is, can I place blocks? I can't. I can't jump. And I can't repeat the trick. So I'm not going to be able to get the flag from here. That's disappointing. I'm going to have to go back out onto the beach. But before I do... Oh, this is going to kill me, isn't it? It's going to have, like, hit collision detection on something. No, we're good. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We're out of rockets. We made it count. We've got a double kill. But we have next to no ammo, and they keep respawning at the base. So I'm not sure how possible this actually is. Now, if I pop out here, we die. I don't know why we died. But why is this now my spawn location? What happened to our base while I was gone on an adventure? Guys, what have you done? Our flag's still safe though, we're good. Just took a rocket to the back, we're fine. Give me some more of that. Give me some bullets, some rockets. Alright, we're good. We have another 10 steel there. We'll chuck that in here. Oh, they're coming for us. No, they blew up my defenses. Where are they? I cannot see them. Someone's shooting in that direction. There we go. He's bailed. He's gone. I am nearly dead. God, I feel like I'm really in the trenches. The enemy! They're all around us! They're underneath us! They're probably dead already. All quiet on the Western Front. Where did they go? It doesn't look like there is any way to heal either. Alright, yes, troops assemble, let's go. Build your staircases again, rather than just using the path to the side of where you already are. Love the efficiency. Also, how are they getting more rockets if they're not getting resources to replenish their ammo? Do they have infinite rockets? Okay. Yep, fell into the line of fire there, didn't I? It's the karma feature for breaking your game. I mean, that's understandable. Yep, we're going to focus on working on the tank. Let's go gather some more of that lovely, lovely iron ore. This feels like... Oh no, we bugged that out. Hello? Ground? Wow! That terrain is just now a no-go zone. Unless, can I put a block on it? I wasn't expecting that to stay permanently bugged. Oh, there we go. Putting a new block down has fixed it. We're good. Alright, chuck one in there. Go grab all of this. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. It's fine. It's hazard pay, really. Who's firing rockets all the way over here? Also, that tells me that, yeah, my flag defenses are utterly useless in the face of what these bots are about to do. Because they're just going to shoot rockets at everything. Also, hang on. Okay, no, it's on an infinite pole. That's good. Wait, no, it does actually drop down. Hang on. Ideas. Let's just, bury the flag. Right? I mean, I'm assuming the AI will still know where it is. At least they'll have a hard time getting to it. Yes. Excellent. I don't see how this could go wrong. Perfection. Hi? Was that a threat? When you just hear click, click above you, you're like, uh-oh. Okay, wonderful. And now they will have no clue where it is. I wonder if that will change the enemy AI's pathing behavior. Like, this feels like an interesting method. Perfect. Thump. Yeah, I've got no idea where the flag could be, guys. It's gone. Someone took it. And now actually downside is I will have no idea if someone actually takes the flag or not. Yeah, my question would be, can I do that to the enemy base? I kind of need to find a way to just dig in underneath it and then burrow up from under. So did I just see an enemy there? Also, is this name the President? Yes! Alright, we're following the President. I've got your back. I definitely won't shoot you in it. Let's go, President. I would say get behind me, but you have infinite rockets, so if it's alright, will stay behind you. It's probably for the best. Oh man, he is charging fearlessly. Look at him go. Who knew Joe Biden had these moves? Oh, okay. We just copped a rocket from somewhere. Don't know where we're going. We'll fight them on the beaches. We'll fight them on the shores. We'll not fight them because I've not fired a single bullet yet, but that's fine. Let's go. We've got tunnels to dig. Just random block up there. Okay, that is a big staircase. We're staying away from that because clearly that's being used a lot. Let's get some bearings though, so we can try and line this up. Because yes, if possible, I want to dig up right underneath them. I'll never see it coming. Okay, right about here. Perfect. Let's go. I wonder if this will actually work. The good old warfare tunneling. You know what? Just in case. No. You don't get to come in behind me. The thing is, a normal player would be able to hear the tunneling sound effect. We need to go down further. But I'm assuming the bots don't. Okay. Problem is I don't know quite how far I need to go. I'm going to... Alright, well, that's how far we need to go. Let me just drop down here. Oh, God! Ah! How? What? Why? It's fine. We've got this. We have a plan. That plan is Operation Mole. Be right under their very feet. They're not there. There it is! There it is! We can see it! Right, how do I want to do this? I can hear them wandering around and that sounds like a problem to me. This could go very badly. We have it. Lock him in. Run! I can hear them. Oh god, did I get turned around there? I might have. Ah, damn it! Now the question is, does the flag stay there? No, they've recovered it. But there's now a tunnel and that makes them more vulnerable and I'm okay with that. Alright, I don't think we had any extra steel. I didn't go get any more, did I? Or I think I did, and then I just died with it all because I saw the president and got distracted. Ah, it was worth it. We had a good run. This is going to take longer than I thought. I'm curious, Silver, how long does a normal game go for? As I was thinking this might be like a quick 15-minute thing. And it has been a lot longer than that. But it's fine. We can do this. We were born to dig. We were born to take flags. And that is what we're here to do. Right, back to the tunnel. Also, I'm guessing there was some kind of marker that helps the AI know where the flag bearer is, because they zeroed in on my location so quickly. Right. That might have been it. They haven't put the flag back. I guess they have. It's just down there now. Right, there's my tunnel. So I do need to make sure I leave a clear escape route. Otherwise, I will just get absolutely murdered. And that was my mistake last time. This does seem to be the play. Yep, there's the flag. We're going to just do a little bit of that. So I prefer not to have them just jump straight in. Oop, let's go. Oh god, being shot at already. That was quick. Ah! No thank you, go away. Yeah, we're gonna get out here and just die? No, we're still good. I can see the flag clipping through me. We're fine. Get down. Oh god, we are gonna die right here, aren't we? Where's my team? Team, please, save me. Yeah. We are so dead. Can't place any blocks there. No, we're so close. Go, go, go. Holy mother of Minecraft. Oh no, this is bad. Dig, 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 dig. Ah! They're right there. And it takes so long to respawn. Come on, team. What are you doing, Heavy? God, where did I even die? Somewhere over this way. Ah. So close. Although it didn't... I didn't see a message saying that they recovered the... They've got their flag. I spoke too soon. Come on. This way. We might be able to get them while they're in the water. Unless it teleports it immediately. I'm guessing it did. Do they not have to carry it back? Ow. I think I just broke both of my legs. Yeah, I'm guessing they don't have to carry it back. They just touch it and it teleports, don't they? Damn it. We were so close. Flag is still there. They said they recovered it. I don't see it there. Where was I? I was up here somewhere. Not there. I think I came up this bit. Yeah, this is where I died. Flag's not there anymore. At least I think it was there. Just rocket out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, stream delay moment for sure. Unfortunate. Alright, I think that plan was good. It didn't quite work. So I think we now go for plan tank. Which I know is going to be less interesting to watch for you guys in the stream. But I think if we get the tank, the outcome is going to be so very, very worth it. Alright, let's blow up some more of this ore. Like there, that'll probably do a bit better. Beautiful. Okay. So far, what I will say is that the game is actually pretty solid. The mechanics do, for the most part, what you expect them to do. The game plays how you expect it to play. Things interact in the way you would think they would. What I will say is, although this orangey color for iron might be more realistic, it's not as player friendly. As much as I hate to admit it, popular games like Minecraft kind of set a new standard for the way things with this look and feel, like this kind of graphical stylization, like it sets the expectations of what it should look like. So people will come into a game like this and they will look for iron that is brown or a steely grey color. That's unfortunately simply the nature of it. So that is one suggestion that I would make, is I would tweak the color of that, or have it so that in your tutorial, it shows the color of the blocks so that the player knows what they're looking for when they get into the game world. They go, oh, yeah, iron is this color. It could be something as simple as that, just in the tutorial go, yeah, here's what each of the blocks looks like. And actually, I've said that. Let me check. If I go here, resources, no, just gives the description. So, yeah, I would just add in a little image that shows what color it's meant to be. But yeah, it is sometimes a little bit unfortunate that games with that much of a, I guess, following will shape expectations for the future. It's like in the same way that if you went and made an RPG where your health was purple instead of red, people would get kind of confused. Because health should always be red, or sometimes green, but not purple. Not without very good reason. There we go. More iron in. One thing I will say, because I did think about this earlier, is in terms of like the crafting cycle, initially I was expecting that I would need to find... actually, I need to get more dynamite. I was expecting that I would need to find coal to turn it into steel, like you do in many other games. I'm actually kind of pleased to see that's not the case, given the limited carry capacity for your bag. It can only take 10 at a time. Having to do separate trips to get coal as well as iron would actually make this process quite a bit more painful. So, thank you. I think you actually got the balance right on that. I would not change that. It's definitely something that could potentially have a little more complexity, but I think you're aiming to make a first-person shooter, not a Minecraft simulator, right? And I think that's what it's all about. It's what are you trying to make? You're trying to make a first-person shooter with destructible terrain and some light crafting mechanics to make the player have to work for the important things. And in that sense, I think this flow works quite nicely. Oh, our base is under a little bit of attack. We have 67 iron. We are 2/3 of the way there. We're just burrowing under our own base because screw physics. We don't need physics where we're going. I just noticed there is a refill button for refilling everything at once, and I have been blatantly ignoring it this entire time. So, I'm sorry, that was probably quite painful to watch. But I found it now. No, go away. There we go. There should still be plenty of ore around here to grab. Alright. I'm really hoping I'm not wrong and that a tank is going to seriously help us win this. Because otherwise I don't know what we're going to do. Because I think the AI is at a bit of a stalemate. Come on. Really? I can't place anything there? There we go. Nope. Okay. We're a little bit stuck. There we go. We're out. We've got 10 more iron. Let's go back. We made ourselves a little bit more of a path now. We're just kind of building it out each time we go forward and back. Okay. Boop. There we go. Another 8 steel in there. 75. Where's there? Got him. Leave our base alone. I do like that it looks like you can almost shred the trees with bullets. That's quite fun. Alright. We're getting some kills. Make up for our terrible, terrible deaths. Although, actually, I need to give credit where it's due. This menu is slick. To have it pop up always faces the player. It's easily selectable with the mouse. Like, that is a great menu. Like, praise where it's due. This just works really nicely. So, great job on that. Because sometimes making intuitive in-game menus, especially that don't require you to, like, open a menu like this and then select things, that's actually really slick. So, I definitely feel like you deserve credit for that because it's well done. Alright, do I still... Yep, I got plenty of... I have some over there. There you go. Have a little bit of that. A little bit of this. There we go. Plenty there. That's a full bag. I think we're going to do like 3 more trips. And that'll have enough iron to be able to make the thing that we need to make. Whew. Okay. Boom. Deposit there. I will say it feels slightly redundant having to take resources from here to put them into here. It almost feels like it should all just be one building with different components that you walk to, depending on what it is that you want to make. Yeah, we still have to go get some gold after this as well. That could just be me, but yeah, it feels like it would be a little smoother having it all as one flow. Or potentially make it so that you can spend some of your resources to upgrade one of the buildings. So it's an all-in-one rather than separate. That could also be a nice touch. But then again, I am the kind of person that loves convenience. Well, sounds like our base is under attack, but I'm not too worried about them managing to get a hold of our flag, given where it's positioned. Where is the enemy? Somewhere around the vicinity of there, I guess. Okay, you in there. Oh, no, okay, that's our friend. I thought, like, wow, the enemy's actually really close. No, they're fine. They're not getting... I mean, they're getting near it. They're not getting that near it. Alright. Just another day at the mines, that's all it is. I mean, at least the dynamite makes the digging process more enjoyable, much faster. Everyone likes seeing things blow up, but not themselves. Pop another one there to get rid of all that. And we'll take some of this. Excellent. And yeah, sorry, cool guys don't look at explosions. You don't need to see that. We've got higher priorities. Thought I still had a little bit more over there, but I guess not. Have another one. Just gonna duck away from that. Can I get through? No. Fine. This was a mistake. Mistakes were made. It's fine. Just standing there looking at the dynamite, being like, yeah, I haven't got anywhere to go. Thank you, team, for holding down the fort. Mr. President is probably doing a great job. What he is doing, I don't know. Oh, yeah, look, see, the enemy's making it through and then dying. That's what you like to see. Alright, more iron in there. Also like that this fills up visually when you get more iron in there. Actually, that is going to be enough. That is 11. That puts us to 103. Now, guys, don't spend any of it, okay? We need this for the tank that's going to somehow drive over all of this. It's a little bit concerning that I basically am going to have to build the road for the tank before I can actually properly use the tank. Jeez. You know what this reminds me of? Is when you play Minecraft and you've just died from a creeper explosion and it's ruined your lovely garden. You have to come back and just fill it all back in with dirt. How else am I going to be able to drive this tank anywhere? So if you guys could just, like, not destroy the road for a little while, that would be wonderful. Yeah, like that. That's just a death trap right there. Alright. I've got no dynamite because I'm a dum-dum and I didn't refuel my ammunition. What am I even doing? Come on. Chat, you're meant to be helping me out with that. I thought you'd be giving a little nag and reminds like, Grail, you forgot to get your ammo. I'm like, yeah. There we go. I know the enemy's over there somewhere. That's fine. They can do enemy things. Shovel's really not going to help me in that situation. Could you not? Well, landed a couple of hits, but not quite. Yeah, Zazel, and then you don't have enough dirt blocks from the explosion itself and none around, so you have to make a separate hole or just fill it with something else. Wow, where's the rest of the team? They're dead. Oh no. This is bad. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. They can't find the flag. Reload. Perfect. Oh. I think they kind of know to dig. He's trying. Oh yeah, he got down a little ways. That's fine. We'll just fill that back in again. Job done. But yeah, I think your AI, Silver, doesn't quite know what to do with the ramp blocks, which is kind of funny. So I might just put a few more of those around, because then they won't want to dig those particular blocks. Yeah. That'll do it. Alright, let's go find ourselves some gold. There's gold in them there hills. And we are absolutely going to get it. Right after I remember to stop putting ramps down, because I don't think the tank is going to like driving on that. In a way, this actually reminds me of playing StarCraft, weirdly enough. I was always the person that I would play as the Protoss, and I would spend the entirety of the game just defending my little base with turrets and things, and then spam carriers at my enemy and win every time. Because I would just focus on getting the end game upgrades as quickly as possible. I wouldn't do anything else. And to anyone that I may have played in that time, I apologize. It was dirty, dirty tactics, but it worked, so I did it. Also, I am very surprised that we've not had a new StarCraft game. StarCraft 2 is kind of still just being played to this day. Photon Cannon Enjoyer, yes. I haven't played StarCraft in a long, long time. We're talking at least 10 years ago now. But I used to enjoy it, played online. I was decent. I didn't always do that tactic. I definitely mixed up from time to time. I didn't really enjoy playing as the Zerg that much, but I did enjoy playing as the Terran as well. They had some pretty cool units. But yeah, no, I was... Where did I get to? I know I got to at least silver or gold rank when I played. But I haven't touched it in quite some time because I kind of swore off everything that was Blizzard. Because, well, Blizzard. Do I need to say any more? No, where did... I thought I blew up more. Alright, let's just chuck that in there. Let's see, because I think this is denser than the iron. And if it is, and it is, that's really cool. Also, I didn't get any gold from that. Where's my gold? Give me more. I'm guessing, like, the iron seemed to be a 1-to-1. The gold is not. Also, is my bag full? Am I... Yeah, I must be full already. Alright, back we go. Because I think we need 25 gold, something like that. Okay. Yeah, Blizzard doesn't want to make StarCraft 3 because it's not easy to monetize. Yeah, they'll just make more expansions for Hearthstone and World of Warcraft instead. They know which ones are their money makers, let's be real. I could go and get my ATV, and that might make these trips forward and back a little bit faster. You know what, yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna get my ATV or die trying. Because that way, at least my trips forward and back for the gold will be a little bit faster. I did consider building another one, but I was like, no, then I have to just get more iron ore, and it's not worth it. I'm going to do it this way instead. Also, I think I saw an enemy over there. No, he's gone. He's gone digging. Alright, you have fun, buddy. There's my ATV hole. Friends are just hanging out over there. The president of the US with load up on guns. Nice. Can I put in a request, Silver? Can we please make one of the NPCs, you've got load up on guns, can we please also make their sibling load up on puns? That would be very much appreciated. The world needs more puns. That is my personal request. If that makes it into the final game, I'm going to be very, very happy indeed. Right. Where's my ATV? I want my ATV. It's right down there. Oh my gosh. I put that so far down the bottom. Come on. We're nearly there. Let's just hope an enemy doesn't, like, pop out right in front of my face. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think they've seen me. Yeah. They have. I swear the rockets just kill myself. I swear that's what's happening. The only thing I can think of as to why I just died instantly there is that I blew up with my own rocket. And the reason that happened is that the bullets have collision. I don't know if I'm right on that or not, and I don't have a way to test it without going into multiplayer, but I feel like my rocket got shot by a bullet and exploded in my face. And if that's how they're meant to work, then perfect. That's a skill issue. But I just don't know. And with a death like that, it feels bad. Was I already low on health and I just didn't see it? Maybe that's the case? But I felt like I was on high health. I got hit by maybe 3 or 4 bullets. And then I fired my rocket and blew up. Someone can watch that back to see, like, what color was my heart in the bottom left. Like, where was I? I mean, yeah, it's entirely possible that the rockets spawn inside the wall. I think we're going to need to do a little bit more testing on the rockets. Because I'm curious to see if that's a me problem or if that is something with the game. But because the bots don't seem to have any problem using rockets. It just seems to be me. And if it's just me, that's fine. Oh, I can only carry 5 gold at a time. This is going to take a while. I keep hearing like a little buzzing noise. I'm guessing it's ambience, but I keep thinking there's like going to be an ATV that goes past me or something. Pickled people, hello. First time here. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the Community Spotlight. We're featuring a game by Silver, which is, I'm going to get the name wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Guns, Blocks, and Steel. Forgive me if I've got that in the wrong order. It is those 3 things in some order. It might be Guns, Blocks, Steel. It might be Blocks, Guns, and Steel, if we're doing it in alphabetical order. It could be Steel, Guns, and Blocks. But so far there's been very little theft, so I don't think it's that. There's so many things that could be. But this game is due to release around the 21st of December, which is not too far away. And so far, like, I can see how this game would be great fun with a actual team that you can coordinate, because you can designate tasks to people instead of having to just wander around aimlessly, which is kind of unfortunate that that's the way it's working at the moment. Let's take that refined stuff. Also interesting that my bag can be full, but I can still take more refined stuff. Also, oh no, you don't need to refine gold. That's good to know. You just take the gold raw. Right. 4 more trips to the gold mine, and then we will have a tank. Let's just fill this while we're on the way. At least you've come in at a good time, pickled people, because it means you've missed so much of the grinding of the iron ore. I'm curious, I didn't see earlier because we had 8 players per side on for this particular round, but Silver, if you're still there, what is the maximum player count per team that you can go up to? Because this does feel like a game that would benefit from large team sizes for absolute maximum carnage. Gun, block, steel. Yeah, there we go. So it's not alphabetical order. Go me. Balanced around multiplayer, so it takes a while to build a tank. It definitely takes a while when you're the only person doing it. But you can imagine you could just gather like 5 of your buddies and be like, right, I need you, and you to come with me. We're all going to go and get 5 pieces of gold ore each, and then we're just going to have a tank. Done. Yeah, 16 players per team, so we're at about halfway there at the moment. But yeah, it is tricky. I think as good as the AI is with being able to tunnel towards the opponent, or actually, you know what would work? Because I know you had some concerns about it, Silver. If you're playing solo, let the player give directions to the AI. So that we can basically give them command and say, you know, walk up to them, or have like a console in the base that you can use where you can see a list of all of your AI companion bots that are on your side, and you can issue them instructions to say, harvest iron ore, harvest gold ore, dig tunnels, something like that. to give you a little bit more control over what the bots are doing. I feel like, because you were saying like your challenge is being able to like try and program bots that are able to choose their own tasks between, do I charge the enemy, do I path in this way, do I do X, Y, Z? Yeah, that's going to be challenging, because how do you get them to figure out what needs to be prioritized at any one given time? But if you can give the control of the prioritization over to the player, then it actually adds a tactics element. So you can choose, what resource needs to be brought in, or do you instruct your teammates to go on the offensive or defensive, depending on what the situation is. I think that is kind of the missing touch here, and that would make the single player much more enjoyable as well. But also, that still ties into the multiplayer aspects. So I don't know if that's something you feel would be possible, but I feel like that would elevate your game from, this is nice, this is okay, to something, actually, that's really cool and special. Because you're starting to actually blend even more genres together. And I think, let's be honest, if you're playing a first-person shooter game with destructible terrain, you know what everyone wants to see? Everyone wants to see this. Yeah? That is what everyone wants to see. They want to see the ability to blow up terrain and have fun with it. But you know what I don't get to do if I'm having to go and dig for iron ore and gold ore? Any of that. Yeah, it's a tall ask for a game coming out in 2 weeks. I absolutely agree. I am not saying that that should be something that must be there in time for launch, but I would think as a first patch post-launch, that would be probably what I prioritize, because I think you're going to hear from a lot of people. They're like, the bots just aren't useful in terms of helping you win the game. They're definitely good for defending the base, and maybe again it's the map size that I've gone for, but it doesn't feel like even if I went over there and managed to kill a whole bunch of them, that I would be able to really help the AI progress. The only times that the flags have been captured has been when I went over there and did it myself. However, an additional suggestion, because everything's based around dynamite for the player, because I just saw your comment there saying it'd be extremely difficult to make the AI gather resources, but maybe ordering the bots to follow you is something you can do. That could work, that'd help. Good step in the right direction. There's definitely been mods for Minecraft and other things in existence that allow NPCs to go off and harvest resources on their own. My suggestion would be this. Dynamite allows you to throw it and it destroys the blocks, but potentially gives... actually, I would say it gives the same amount of resources, but it's basically giving it to you faster because you can destroy multiple blocks at once, right? On the other hand, your NPCs have to use their shovel, and it takes them more time to dig a single piece of the terrain, but also that terrain doesn't disappear. So maybe they'll stand next to a block and have like a hitting motion for 10 seconds, and then they will harvest one piece of ore. So it will take them much longer to actually... Okay, you're doing nothing. Cool. To gain the resources, but it allows you to have a slow income that just continues topping up even while you're out fighting the enemy. So that would be my suggestion, is just program the AI so they walk to where the nearest resource node is. They stand next to it, they swing their shovel, after 10 hits, they get one piece of ore, or something like that. And then they just path back to the base, and they just basically repeat that back and forward. Is that something that would be doable? Because even that would mean, like, I can choose, yeah, I'm going to take 5 of my people to go and dig ore while I defend the base, because the base is now going to be more exposed because I have a large portion of my team that's gathering resources instead of actively fighting back. Be definitely curious to know your thoughts on that. And I'm also very mindful that I'm sitting here as an armchair ideas guy, probably not appreciating just how bloody difficult that actually is to do. It's one of those things, like, it sounds relatively simple on paper, but given that you've managed to get the AI to be able to path towards the enemy base and target and shoot at the enemy players already, it feels like it would be within the wheelhouse of possibilities. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. I don't ever mean to ask the world or the impossible of devs, knowing that it's something that I could never do myself. I'm back. I was buffering. That happens a lot. You'd want the AI to destroy the ore blocks. That I would reckon actually make the ore deposits slightly smaller to make a little bit more risk reward for the player. You can blow them up with dynamite, but once you blow them up, they're gone. But it allows you to get more ore more quickly. So if you need ore in an emergency, you can run out there, throw your dynamite, blow it up, but those blocks are now gone forever. But if it's just the AI digging away at it, then it's a constant stream. As I don't think it's going to happen here, but I know you said that the AI basically has almost infinite ammo. The resources aren't infinite, and you need resources for crafting some types of ammunition. And that makes me curious if it's actually possible to get to a stalemate where you have used up all the resources. Yep, there is no more iron, no more gold. It's all gone. Alright, one more trip. Let's do this. Refill all. You guys have been digging out my road again, and that's very rude. Because I need this for my tank. So let me just plonk some of this back. Oh, I'm out of stone. You've got to be kidding me. Because they are just taking blocks and doing nothing with them. I have some dry grass I can put down there. We'll drive on hay. It'll be fine. Hey, I've had worse ideas. Also, thank you for having different sound effects for the different block types. That's a nice touch. And we have some... That is rusty metal. Okay. Makes the wrong noise when you actually, like, break the block, but it's fine. Oh, hello. Got him. I see you over there. Oh, I'm going to die. No, I was trying to get down to the drench. Didn't have time. If the bots are able to dig with shovels, you should be able to do it too. Yeah, especially since if you don't know much about how to play, you'll see the bots doing it and try to do the same. Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. But I think it also makes sense for that to be like a much slower method of gaining the ore. So it's like, yeah, you can do it that way, but it's not the best way to do it. Like, if you want to be efficient, you'll use the dynamite. Speaking of, yes, I do still have some. Right, let's go. Last trip to get this gold ore. I'm not going to lie, it would also be fun to be like, hey, let's put a minecart track over to the gold ore, but I guess that's what the ATV is meant to be for, right? Come on. Ooh, let's go. Takes about 4 to 5 sprints to be able to get from A to B. Yep. So I'm trying to think about what other feedback I have for the game. The gunplay feels about how I expect it to. It's not going to be on the same level as something like Call of Duty or Counter-Strike or Battlefield, anything like that. It's more basic, it's more blocky, it gets the job done, you've got the ability to aim. It does everything you need it to with enough variety. I will say that the assault rifle maybe could feel better to use, but I say better, I'm not quite sure how to articulate that, if it makes sense. It's like it doesn't pack enough punch. But I guess I'm used to playing other first-person shooter games where it doesn't take many rounds from an assault rifle to decimate an enemy. But I think that's probably more of a me issue. I think the guns feel relatively balanced for what the game is. The pistol is slower single shots, allows you to be more precise and accurate because you can see the bullets actually tend to track to the crosshair. Whereas on the other hand, the assault rifle got more recoil. It's a little different. Oh, awesome. Love that. Thank you. Go away. I am going to die here. Because actually, that's what it is. It feels like it takes too long to reload. And how many bullets does that guy take? thank you. I can't believe I survived that. Oh. Who's up there? I saw you digging. Where'd you go? No? Was that maybe one of my guys going the other direction? We will never know. Jeez. Actually, I think I just realized the thing that makes the gunplay feel just a little bit off. If I fire a couple of shots, I'm reloading. Oh, I don't want to reload. Let me change weapon. I can't change weapon until the reload animation finishes. So the reload animation feels a little too long. And the fact you can't cancel out of it does hurt a little bit. If you think about something like Call of Duty, Halo, etc., if you're mid-animation for a reload, you can just switch weapons. It cancels the reload and lets you move to another gun. That's why, like the saying is always, it's faster to reload, faster to switch weapons than it is to reload, and it's more efficient. Right, we need to build some ground for the tank. If you guys could stop digging it, that would be fantastic. Because now I'm really worried about where this tank is going to go, and it's probably going to go right here, which, as you might be able to see, is a slight problem. Let's quickly build some ground for our tank, shall we? Yeah, about here. No, not there. Quickly, because I'm assuming the tank's just going to spawn here somewhere. You guys can have your little cave. Heavy, this is your home now. Enjoy it. The enemy is trying to make their way in, apparently. Okay. So I have to drive across this at some point. What's the bet that one of the bots digs the ground out from underneath me? Oh, hey! How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you don't know how to dig through ramps. I have the perfect defense. Wait, what the? Where am I being shot from? No idea. What just happened? I don't even know where that... What angle must that rocket have been on to get me there? Bloody hell. Got jump scared by a rocket. Right. Let's dig up some of this so I can actually put some more ground down. Who's digging away down there? Oh! Oh, thank you for destroying my road. I appreciate... Oh, screw you! Seriously? Codebot, what are you doing? You're ruining my day. Okay, how long has this got left? 60 seconds. Alright, we are 1 minute away from a tank. We have 1 minute to patch some of the ground and make as much of a road as we can. Because I don't know how big this tank is. It could be a little one-person doohickey thing. It could be something much, much bigger. Okay. Well, that's bad. You know what would be even worse? If it turns around and goes, oh, by the way, you need to load your tank with ammunition. Yeah, the fact they can be that accurate with the assault rifle when I can't be anywhere close to that feels a little cheap. Not gonna lie. Oh, hello. That's 2. Sit. Oh, you got me. Hey, at least my KD ratio is looking better now. Okay. Yes, this game will have both online and co-op multiplayer. Okay. Oh god, it keeps driving forward. Don't do that. Turn. I don't seem to be able to turn it. Is it because you're already off the ground? What the? Why are you shooting me? I'm on your team. Code boy. You just want the tank for yourself, don't you, code bot? Oh, screw you. Just wants my tank. Alright. Do I need to put something underneath it? Possibly. There we go. Lifted back up. Can we turn? Can we reverse? We can reverse. Oh god, the turning circle is atrocious. I don't know if you can see that, but it is turning. Barely. Oh, yeah, okay, he's dead. The tank is tipping. Where is the enemy? No idea. But I can do that, so that's pretty fun. Well, that's a kill. Peak tank gameplay. I am once again stuck. So this is what tank gameplay is. It's drive forward 5 blocks, rebuild the road, and try again. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Perfect. I mean, at least I can just do that. Okay. Well, tune back in about 3 hours when I've made it to the enemy base. At least I can go in something of a straight line here, I guess. Nope. Thank you. Right. Please turn. There we go. Turn! Good. Boom! Love it. Alright, cool. We got past that. Okay. I mean, it feels appropriately weighty, I will say that. The tank feels like it is hefty. I would love to know if I can run people over in it, because that would be hilarious. But also just, I'm a big tank. Bonk. Oh, come on. I know my driving skills are bad, but they're not that bad. Can you handle having some of your tread off? No. No, you cannot. Alright, shovels out, boys. Tanks down. But you see, this is where it'd be great fun in multiplayer. You could have like a team running ahead of you, trying to guard the tank as you're desperately trying to like build the road ahead of it before it gets there. There we go. Just prop it back up again. Beautiful. We're good. We're going to need to widen the road here a little bit. Ah, these look like the roads you find in Rome. Not good. Okay. That sounds bad, but that's fine. Our team have got it. It's all under control. We're going to carry on this way. This tank's got places to be. I don't think it's going to get across that. We're going to need to grab some more blocks and dig our way through there, I think. How are we doing? We have 6, 7. I think we're going to need around 30. Okay. Oh, look, you can actually just hold down left click. That's nice. Thank you, Silver, for making it so that you can just hold down left click instead of having to constantly click. I appreciate that. Alright. Excuse me? Can you not? Oh god, what if the enemy takes the tank? I hadn't thought about that. Also, that's a kill. Alright, you guys have fun over there. But yeah, geez, imagine if the enemy gets a hold of it. You just hop out and they go, oh, thank you! As I haven't seen anything that says that, you know, that's not possible. Other than the fact that my ATV over the other side has not been touched. Which tells me that maybe the enemy is not programmed to be able to use vehicles. Well, maybe... Well, that's a pothole. Boing. Oh, no. Oh, this is just going to go from bad to worse, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Can I flip you back to the road? No. What have I done? What have I done? No. Alright, let's just have a look at the tread here. Yeah. Yeah, I see your problem. It's fucked. Okay. That is not how I was expecting that to go. Can I... Ow! It's silly, but I love it. That is the right level of silly and jank for this kind of game. Alright, let's just walk on back. You can see already this road's been destroyed from the bots just having a field day. Who is up there shooting? Why are you up there? That's a kill. That has to be the silliest place you could be. Okay. I know I'm gonna need to use the power of the ramp. See, this is how the gameplay is meant to feel. I know, you're on my team. Alright, have fun. Walking through the trenches, explosions going off all around you. Excellent. Whew. How many captures we need to win? Hopefully just the one, if I'm being perfectly honest. But at least I should be able to use the tank to get back. But that's why I'm trying to make it so that I have an actual road. Because that's going to be my only way to escape, right? So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to dig out all of this. Couple blocks there. We are going to... that was the wrong button. Put some ramps here. Excellent. Get ourselves some more blocks. We'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll just flatten the ground around the tank, and we'll be golden. That should be all it takes. I hope. Alright. Get ourselves a good number of stone. God, this is going to be so anticlimactic when we actually get there, isn't it? I can feel it in my soul. And it makes me very worried. Let's get this out of the way so we can drive the tank somewhere. We're going to need, I think, a little bit of this to be gone. Beautiful. Now I can pop in a little rampy ramp here. We'll fill in this bit of road. Not like that. Yeah, something like that. Fill that in. Get rid of that. We're going to get rid of all these bits around the tank, because that was silly. Are you on solid ground, Mr. Tank? Hopefully solid enough. What's... Oh. I mean, that'll do it. Excellent. Nope. I somehow just put another block down. Stop it. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Alright, now we're just going to do a little, what we call an Austin Powers right here. Yep. Beautiful. Somehow the turning circle was better in reverse. Come on. This is like a 15-point turn. Minimum. Come on. Oh, we're getting so close. Can you go up that? No. One block is too steep. Okay. Now we have to deal with a ramp. Yeah, it's about what I thought. Also, I just saw the enemy over there. Where are they going? Honestly. Okay. I thought that was going to go a bit better. Don't want to come fight me? That missed. Come on. There we go. Oh, good. My ramp's gone. Can I still get up it? No. No, I cannot. Oh, because I'm knocking into it and I'm destroying blocks. Oh, hey, guys. How you doing? There goes my road. But also there goes the enemy. Nope, get back in. Perfect. I wonder if their rockets can kill me, though. Should I be concerned? Nah, I'm sure it's fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Death? Not like we haven't dealt with that before. Okay, I'm probably going to need a wider ramp here. Alright, here we go. You have got to be kidding me. It just breaks the ramps. The ramps don't work. Well, okay, I'm going to have to get creative with this, I think. Because yeah, let's try again. I'm pretty straight on. Yep, just go straight into it. So the only thing that I can do is try and prop it up somehow. Oh, gosh. This is not how this was supposed to go. Not even close. Huh. Right, if I... Right. Yep. Good. And I put one there. Yep. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Yeah. Get over there. Perfect. We're going to flip you in this general direction. Maybe. You know what? That's fine. Now I've got some leverage underneath you. I can start rebuilding the road a bit. Alright. This is what I mean. Like, when this kind of stuff happens, the game starts to be a little bit unfun. This is the jank that's not quite as good. In my opinion, vehicles should be able to go up or down anything that is one block in height automatically. And that way you avoid issues like this, where your tank gets stuck, but you've got no easy way of getting the damn thing back up again. There we go. Yeah, I feel like I'm using a very clunky jackhammer to get this thing back into place. That side now. Okay, excellent. I think we're up. Get rid of these stupid ramps that do nothing. What are you doing, tank? Where do you think you're going? There we go. But I mean, hey, this is what we're here for, right? We're here to test out things that may or may not be very janky. It's part of the fun. You never know what it's going to be. Okay. Is it bad you genuinely enjoy watching this? I think this is great entertainment. I'm glad you're having fun. To be fair, I'm not having the worst time playing this because the actual controls and the way the game plays is quite satisfying. It is just janky. That's all it is. There are games that I have had to play that have been incredibly tortuous to play through. I would still rather do this because there's always something about destructible terrain that is somewhat therapeutic. Like, I've played my fair share of Minecraft, don't get me wrong. And I always just love going mining. Oh, don't you dare. In the tank. Thank you for dying. Right. Careful driving here. I might be able to stay on this and do a very small... Nope, we're off again. Well, it's fun while it lasted. That's where we went down. Okay. No! No! I worked so hard. God. Come on. Back up. No, don't you tip. Why are you moving? Nope, no, 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 nope. Stop that. Right. What are we stuck on now? This. Okay. Yeah, cool. You've just destroyed all the ground that you were on. Because I'm a tank. I am big. I fall through thing. I am tank. Okay. You're not quite... There's a little block in there. Okay, that's filled in now. I am out of blocks. Because of course I am. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is what, like, it was, you know, back in World War I or II, or whichever one takes your fancy. This is what it would be like if the tank gets stuck in the mud. So, alright, everyone, shovels out, come on. We've got to try and get this tank back moving again. This is our last line of defense. If we don't get this thing moving, we are all dead. And that's what it feels like right here. This feels very gritty and realistic. I'm like, I need this tank, and I need this tank to move, or I am screwed. Also, it looks like I'm still stuck in the ground there. This is probably going to go very badly, but I am going to try and put a block underneath it here, because this tread is still in the ground. I'm going to regret this. Okay. Are we good? We're moving. For the love of all that is holy in this world. For the love of blocks. Turn. No, 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 no. Come on. Alright. We have moved 5 blocks. We now need to make more path. Holy cow. Alright, that's my teammate over there. You have a good time. Thank you. If you could, like, make me some more road while you're at it, that'd be fantastic. Alright, we're going to fill that in for the way back. Yeah, see, it just deleted more ground there. And we're going to need to fill this in as well. Otherwise, we're getting nowhere. We need an escape plan, otherwise this game is never going to end. Quite exciting on the Western Front. Yeah, absolutely. World War IV, where our tanks are both literally too heavy to go up a ramp, but also fly and flip around if you build a block underneath them. Ugh. I mean, the idea of a World War IV is actually kind of terrifying. However, I doubt it's going to look anything like this. Although, I don't know if it did look like this, if that would be preferable or not. I think let's just do our best not to have a World War IV. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. World War's not good. Although I did see something recently where people were asking about, like, mandatory conscription, and everyone was basically like, yeah, no thanks. I would be the worst possible person to have in an actual war. I don't like getting hurt. Like, nobody... I mean, I shouldn't say nobody. Some people like getting hurt. But they're still not the kind of people that you would send into a war now, would you? Okay. Yeah, I agree, Zonorix. I was thinking about that as well. Having the tank just chill out in your base as a turret for defense purposes would be incredible. I am assuming, though, that even in the tank, if I get hit by a rocket, it could be deadly. Like, I don't think I'm 100% invincible in that thing. I hope that I am, but I don't think that I am. Okay, I have a bit of an escape route through there, at least. And at least now, if, like, I get this far and manage to kill the enemy, well, they're going to have a long way to go to get back to me again, because they're going to have to walk from their base. Oh, okay. Look at this beautiful road made out of stone. I still have another pothole on this side that I need to deal with. My lovely ATV hole. Also, yeah, the enemy team has not even, from the look of it, come close to getting my flag. So, I'm not too concerned. They're just firing rockets across each other constantly. I guess eventually they'll wear down enough of the walls that they'll just be able to see each other's bases. That would be quite humorous. Just fire rockets from one side of the map to the other. Alright, we can get to there now. Fill that in just in case. Right, tank. Let's go. It's gonna clonk on that, isn't it? Ah, gameplay. Incredible. Alright. Next stop. Time to build more road. I don't think you can trap them there forever, Azazel, because they'll just dig their way back out again. There's no blocks that are indestructible, so even if I just dug a giant hole underneath their base, they'd still just shoot you. Okay. I know I could make the tank fly into there instead of slowly pathing it, but the problem is that I don't have really much at all control over where the tank goes when I do make it fly. That's the problem. It is completely and utterly unpredictable. Right. Now, the problem is I need to be able to try and build this road without getting shot to death. And all I can hope is that my allies are going to be keeping the enemy occupied for long enough that I can do this without them really noticing what I'm doing. And I think that's kind of the fun aspect of this. It's like, you've got that pressure going, they could find me at any moment and absolutely ruin my day. Like that. Okay. Where are you? Got him! I mean, this is damn satisfying. Dunk! You guys should be terrified of me right now. If I were you, I would not come in this direction. Okay. And it's nice that I can just jump back into the tank for safety. Oh, I'm out of stone already. Okay, I'm going to need more, because I'm going to have to not dig when I'm in their base. If I have to dig for materials when I'm in there to rebuild road, I'm just going to die instantly. And then I'll have to make another tank to get back to my tank. And there is a certain amount of irony in that. Is Heavy still stuck in his cave? Probably, to be honest. So it's actually incredible that my team's doing as well as they are. It's 150 to 163. That is a lot of deaths. Everyone's died like almost 10 times each. Incredible. I'll leave myself a little bit of a wall so I don't just get one shot with a rocket coming in from the enemy base. We'll probably just get about 100 stone, and we should be pretty good to go. Alright. Ride the tank. Because those potholes up there are going to be the death of me. Yeah, there's massive holes in the ground there now. Tank. Oh, you've got to put the tank back into gear or it just keeps going. Okay. Didn't think that... Oh, gosh. Didn't think that was going to happen. Fix the ground. Nope. Tank, stop. Fixing the road. Fixing the road. Tank is my home. Tank is my home. Okay. Easy does it. I cannot afford for this tank to get stuck. Could you imagine? Right. Oh, there's one of our players is in the base. Probably not for much longer. They actually got the flag! We did all this. Oh no, they're dead. They've recovered the flag. That didn't take long. Hi guys, I'm over here. How you doing? Got him. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what the asphalt road is all about. It's probably Indestructible. Oh, well, at least killing these guys will probably help my team. Oh, hey, up there. That's enough out of you. Okay. Quick clean out. I have a moment. Trying to take a little bit of cover on this right-hand side around the rocks. Oh, yeah, there's just a massive thing there. Great. I'm trying to keep, like, one eye out in case an enemy is right there. Hey, guys. Oh, that missed. How did that not get you? There we go. One more for good measure. Especially consider... Oh, God, I did the thing. Let's not do that. I do not need my tank to fall into the abyss. Oh, they got the flag again. Nice. Good job, team. I want to see if I can get myself into the enemy base and we'll just hang out and stop you from being chased. Yeah, hello, look at me. I'm the distraction. Come get me. Okay. There's limbs. Oh, back in we go. Gotcha. Okay. That's bad. Come on, this is exactly what I didn't want to have to do. 100 stone was nowhere near enough. That's fine. Like, I'm just support for the team. I didn't think I would actually get the flag. I thought I would just be able to get in there and kill enough enemies that the team would get the flag. If the team win, I am absolutely on board with that. After all, even in, like, when I'm the only real human player, I am still the supporting cast. Right. Also, yeah, that rocket is indestructible. It'll be fun, like, if I don't even manage to get the bloody tank all the way there and the game just ends. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a message any second now that says that they've managed to get their flag back. But I would also be fine if we made it. Like, good job, team. Actually, let's stick my head over the side a little bit. I really want to know if I can see the teammate with the flag. That would be hilarious. Let's have a quick look. Come on. Let me see! Nope. No clue. They could be literally anywhere. Someone's over there having a good time. Oh, God. Quick, get back to the tank. Mistakes were made. Go, 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 go. I don't see them. We're okay. I think I dug out a block from underneath, so... No, I put one there. I think we're okay. Cool. Oh, hi, friend. Hi. You would just see that and be like, oh, no. Bye, friend. Bye. Well, that's no reinforcements for anyone chasing after the flag, I guess. Beautiful. Yeah, game would just be way more fun online. I can see the appeal for it. So I'm kind of a little bit sad that we've only been able to do a solo experience, but I think it's been enough to let us see the core mechanics of the game. Now, the problem is I can't aim down. The good news is I don't need to aim down. Come on. You're dead. Because at least this means that my team have less enemies to deal with. For the most part, they should be ignoring me and just going after the person with the flag. That's what I'm hope. I don't know if I just got shot or if I got squashed by the tank. Either way, where's my team with the flag? Where is... Oh, this is a problem. Where's the flag? How are we supposed to know where the flag is? And also, do my team need to get the flag to where I buried it? That's terrifying. What? Also, Pickle People, I'm not sure how I feel about the Numa Numa comparison, but I kind of get it. I am planning on getting a camera upgrade, hopefully in the next month or two. So I want to get something that's a little bit more high-res, a bit better quality. Okay, we are going to have to find our way back a little bit. I suppose if we try and just follow where the enemy is going, we might find our friend with the flag. Maybe. Good lord, it could be anywhere, couldn't it? Oh! Something happened. The blue team have recovered it. Okay, so whoever had the flag dropped it. Okay. And they're going to have to take it back? No, if they touch it, it teleports back. Okay, plan tank still has purpose. There they are. Fun. Please die. The hell, dude? Why are you going for me? Alright. Oh! Perfect. We're learning where the limits for fall damage is. There. Oh, is this game actually going to ever be over? I don't know. But we're going to try. God, it just looks like it's been riddled. Cheese tunnels. And the annoying thing is, I need to do this because I need more blocks. So otherwise, my tank is going to be stuck forever. Alright, let's dig our way through. At least if you die, you do still keep the blocks that you had, so you're not always just like having to dig and dig and dig and dig until there's literally no terrain left. Oh, no! Where the hell is my tank? It was right here. You have got to be kidding. Okay, I think we're gonna end it there. I know that's so anticlimactic, but what am I meant to do? Honestly. The tank is gone. I'm gonna double check. Maybe it got flipped somewhere that it wasn't meant to go. I don't think it ran out of HP. I didn't think that was possible. But I also don't know where it went. So we're going to go for a wander and we'll check because maybe it's in the mountains. Yeah, I feel you, Pickled People. And to be honest, this probably isn't anywhere close to the best way to experience this game, right? The best way to experience this game would be with a group of friends that you can coordinate and discuss tactics with, find cheese strats and things like that. Like, yeah, single player, it's a bit of a grind. It's not the most fun experience, but then, was I expecting it to be? Probably not. And I know that Silver is probably going to be watching this back later and being like, ugh, yeah, of course. Like, he's only playing single player, he's not getting the full experience. And I agree, and that's why I kind of want to temper my I guess, feedback about the game, temper my opinion. Because, yeah, I'm only experiencing one half of the game, and it's probably the weakest half of the game. If you were to actually play this with friends, there's my tank. How'd it get over there? It'd probably be a blast. Okay, we're not quitting yet. The tank's still here. If the tank was gone, I absolutely would have quit. It is teetering on the edge. Let's get some... There we go. Oh, you know why? It might have still been in reverse. That's hilarious. Sorry, guys. Didn't stop my tank properly. It was still in reverse. God, talk about a user error. It's like those videos you see, like someone just jumps out of their car absent-mindedly, forgetting to put the handbrake on. It's basically that, but with a tank. Like, oh, I just gotta pop out and check the mail, and the next thing you know, the tank's crashed through the neighbor's house. Like, oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. Okay. Let's give this a go. Let's get back up here. Rebuild that little bit of road. Right. Onwards to the enemy base. It was just going back to the ATV hole. Feels like home. Okay, we need to finish being able to get our way across here. I think if we can't get into their actual base, we're screwed. Right? I saw you over there. Oh, seriously? I hop out and get shot instantly. Well, this will at least help the team. That's 3. Okay, that's good. We have a bit of a road there. I'm also just mindful that I actually can't stream for too much longer because it is starting to get late and I do have to be up relatively early for work tomorrow. Oh, run! We're being shot. Missed. Cowards! Come back and fight me! I see you there. Goodbye. Okay. Someone up there. I can't shoot this guy. I literally can't shoot this guy. I'm just gonna have to wait for him to run out of ammo and then... Oh, but they don't run out of ammo. Well, that's very unfortunate. I could try and just squash him with the tank, but then my tank's gonna be stuck. Is it worth it, though? Oh, no, he's run out of ammo for that gun. Come on, I see you over there. That's more like it. Well, I'm going to hope that my team are still making their way over, because that way I am being the biggest possible distraction. Oh! Right. So it turns out the rockets do work against the tanks. Took them a while to figure it out, though. So that's the tank defense. You just have to knock them off the map. Gotcha. So that's probably what actually happened to the tank. That. Jeez. That is not enough to do what I need to do. Do I have any other blocks? I have 55 dirt. Excellent. There is someone right there. Oh, yeah, I'm so dead. Take cover. Where are you? Coming in up here, are you? This is where I just want to... Oh, hey! A shotgun. Out of ammo. Well, I mean, the good news is my tank isn't dead, so there's still hope for this. If my teammates can get themselves out of there. What are you doing? Hi. Can you move? No? Okay, cool. You just hang out there for a bit. It's fine. Alright, we're going to give this a few more minutes, and then I think we're going to call it. We'll take a quick look at some of the other game modes, because this is just... Whew. It feels like it is literally going to be impossible to win on this particular map. And I think that's quite unfortunate. I think a big part of it is that we just picked the wrong map to play. Because if I start coming back, I've still got all this terrain that I can't take the bloody tank over, can I? Because there's holes everywhere. So the best thing I can do right now is just try and get a little bit more blocks on the way. That sounded like rockets just flying past. That's wonderful. It's alright, I think they're on our team. Are you? Are you on our team or are you not? Who's up there? Oh yeah, you're on our team. It's the President! Perfect! Hello! Mr. President, let's go. You charge that way. I will charge this way because this way is the tank. This is where I want to be. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if I'm doing the wrong thing by killing the enemy because they will just refill their ammo. Whereas if I just let them be, they have to run back and forward to refill. Right, good. My tank is still there. They're having fun. That looks like an enemy. No, that's one of ours. He's in green. Okay, how do I fix this nonsense? Like that, I guess. Okay. Can I get back up? Solid, maybe. Okay. Still leaning. Why are you leaning? Because of here. Can we drive? Yes. Can also kill things. Perfect. Okay. This is almost wide enough to drive across. Almost. Let's go. Don't do that. Why did I just break it again? I'm panicking. That's why. Right, tank. Let's get closer. I'll get close enough to smell the enemy. Yeah, I'll do. Come on. That's the noise I want to hear. Double kill. Triple kill. Nope. Missed. Love it. Do I see another one over there? Close, but no. Okay. Just widen that a little. This is where it starts getting stupid dangerous. Let's get ourselves a little burrow in here. Where I can hopefully manage to get some blocks without just dying instantly. It takes so long to get back here again. Nope, can't hear the sound of anyone else digging. We're good. There is a slight echo when you're in a space like this, which is kind of a cool touch. Oh, hi friends. Hi friends. Good try, but no. Get out of here. Right. Where am I being shot from? Oh. Well, good news. I can only aim up that far, but that is far enough. So where's my team at, huh? One of them just got shot, so they mustn't be too far away. Don't think I can get a rocket through there. That makes me sad. But it's fine. I'm drawing their fire. I am doing what any good teammate is meant to do. Be a very good distraction. Alright. You don't need any of that up there anymore. You just threw a grenade at me. My tank is starting to smoke, and this is a bad thing. Well, I think we're going to probably just play until the tank is no more. I can see the flag. Do I just go for it? I think I go for it. I'm not getting that tank any closer. Seriously. Okay. It's down. Charging into enemy territory. I have no friends. No backup. Just hopes and dreams. And a couple of prayers. Oh, and a tank. Alright, we are instantly being shot at and about to die. I cannot sprint. Can I see who was shooting at me? Oh yeah, we're dead. God damn it. Still, that's a pretty good KD ratio, so I think we're going to call it there. Oh, that is literally impossible. Okay, let's... Can I get out of this? Not from there, not from there. Options. Game modes. Oh no, top there. There we go. Behind the button. Okay. Whew. Right. Interesting. Let's have a quick look at some other stuff. I'm just about out of time on here. I do want to see quickly some of the procedural generation on a small biome. Let's go with a theme. Let's just do Mediterranean. That sounds interesting. With an asphalt. Yeah, let's try that. And we are going to start with one of everything. Because why not? I'm just going to put them on noob difficulty. Max player count. Let's see what this does. Yeah, that looks like fun. We're going a little bit bigger this time. Okay, so this is the randomly generated one, and this is much smaller. Okay. So, even with the ATV, can I get up over these? No, you still get stuck, so there's no way to get out of there without destroying those blocks. But the enemy is right there. So immediately this feels better. What the heck killed me? Alright, let's be sensible about this. Let's get the ATV out. The road is over there, because of course it is. Right. In that case... Yeah, look at him go! See, that looks cool, just seeing like your little army of bots. But imagine if you could actually give them directions and instructions to be like, yes, go this way. Okay, the road starts over here. My plan is to get the ATV out and just zoom into their base as quickly as possible. It is probably going to fail epically, and that's a good thing. But I think, yeah, starting without vehicles, that was a mistake. You need something to get things going at the very beginning. Alright, back it up. Holy cow, that zooms around a lot. Okay. Steering leaves a little bit to be desired, but you know what? Through the no man's land we go. Got him. That actually did some damage. That's cool. Alright. Let's not go off into nothingness. There's their base. We're going to turn around so that we've got a quick escape. Hi, guys. I wonder if I can take their tank. That would be amazing. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. You definitely don't see me. I can take their tank. Okay, now we're talking. Perfect. How are you guys doing today? This is fun. Where is my tank going? I'm just getting kills from running over them. Alright, this would be great if I could get some friends to show up somewhere around here, somewhere around now. But at least this is a tank that they don't get. Yeah, like, how are you meant to get the flag? They just respawn right on top of it. I also can't move the tank anymore. It is stuck on something. Alright, I think we've got some friends maybe starting to come in. Hello. I cannot quite shoot you, but that's fine. How are you guys all doing? You standing right there. Can I get you? Oh my gosh. Alright, this is more like it. Yep, I still can't move because we're stuck in a hole. But that's fine. I just wish I knew where the rest of my team was. Goodbye. Really? That didn't get you? Oh, now you've noticed me. Okay. Okay, they're all respawning now. I love I can just sit here in the middle of their base until their tank is gone. Where is my team? Seriously? Could you imagine doing this in Battlefield? Hey! The tank moved. We just squashed them all. You know what? Oh, come on! I hop out of the tank for like 2 seconds and die. I have a 41-2 KD ratio. Oh, that's actually incredible. Okay. I don't think this is going to fit, but we're going to try. Sorry, buddy. You got in the way. See, now that is classic slapstick humor, and I'm here for it. Right. Most useless vehicle ever. Stuck on a tree. Can we go now? Yeah, there we go. And we get another one. Yeah, these vehicles don't quite work, I think, the way Silver wants them to work. Come on, you can... No, we are actually stuck on that. I think there needs to be a little bit more allowance for clipping on the vehicles. It makes them feel very unfun to use. Brainy bot, maybe get out of the way of the car, huh? Not very ain't brainy at all. Perfect. Tree. Alright. That's as far as we go. Okay. I do want to have just at least one game where someone wins. That'd be amazing. Alright, good to know that is still there. So I can still make a quick escape if I need to. But yeah, it looks like the AI does not know or cannot use vehicles at all. Perfect. We're back. Hi, buddy. Yep. Tank's just digging its way through the ground. I think you're dead. You're definitely dead. It's just slowly sinking further and further down. Alright, there is a chance. Yes, there's one of our friends is there. I think they're dead. Go for it. No! Yes! AlexBot, you got it for a second. Good job, buddy. It's alright. I'm drawing their fire. This might actually work. Cool. They can't build anything. If their building isn't... Where are you going? Aimbot, this isn't the way out. Aimbot dead. That's why. They put their flag back. It's fine. I think I just killed one of my friends. My bad. My bad, bro. It happens. Oh, and there goes the tank. Well, it was fun while it lasted. And, of course, we spawn up here. Alright, so, in general, this appears to be pretty much just more of the same. But, playing on a smaller map does make a big difference. How did someone get me from up there? Oh my god. Okay. Interesting. Smaller map, definitely better. Definitely better on a smaller map. Other game modes we had were things like Assault and Invasion. Let's go for Assault. Assault, a base that's defended by bots. Players and bots have 3 lives. You win when all players are eliminated. And we're going to do it at night on a small map. Let's give this a go. We're going to pop them on noob level again because that's more fun. And yeah, let's go like that. So I want to see what the night levels look like. There's actually different music here as well. And they said it was all composed by Silver, which I think is a really nice touch. Wait, do I have no allies? It's just me? I thought there would still be bots. And the other base is literally just there. Wait, I'm confused. Does this mean that in the co-op mode, it doesn't work if there are no human players? Can I just walk in? Nope. Well, this is going to go very poorly for someone called Graeldon. Okay. I mean, at least the AI is pretty dumb. I did nothing. But yeah, I have no allies. Okay. Cool. And I have limited number of lives. Is this even possible? With no allies, limited number of lives, do they also have limited lives? I'm just going to have to lob some grenades over there. And pray for the best, I think. Yeah, it just doesn't feel particularly balanced, if I'm being honest. Now, again, the intent might be that, yes, you're supposed to be playing this with friends. Oh, hang on, who are they shooting at? I doubt it was me. Maybe it was me. Yeah, no, it was me. Okay, I did throw a grenade. It was really hard to see that I did that. I got one. Let's, you only get one grenade. Sure. All right, well, have some dynamite then. That might get someone. Have fun. Dung. We got one. There's another. And another. This is my last life. If I don't win now, that's it. It's over. Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like the cool concept of the game is pretty solid. First-person shooter game, Minecraft aesthetic, can break blocks and dig your way into the enemy base. But it's missing, I think, quite a bit of polish. Yeah, I know I should be taking cover, but I'm not. God, it takes at least an entire clip to kill an enemy. At least in this one, like, the enemies don't run for you. They are just playing defense. Can't even see my crosshair. Oh my god. Yeah. Graeldon thinks the developers are being too nice with these death messages. I don't think so. We're going to press escape to rage quit. Ooh, that's rough. Okay. I think we're going to leave it there. Because I think I've seen as much as I can for the moment. And that feels a little bit rough, but them's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. we are going to wrap this up in the right way, I think. So, let me... I should have prepared this earlier, but I didn't. Give me a second. Where did I put my thing? Yes, that's what we had there. Actually, you know what? I might skip it for this one. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to come back to it. I am going to do what I did for Simple Marius with Lemon Games last time and throw together a bit of a slide deck with a bit of feedback for Silver, just kind of collating some thoughts. But I don't want to bore you with putting together all those thoughts just after we kind of sat through the gameplay. So I think we're probably going to wrap it there. But to articulate my final thoughts, as I was saying before, I think there is a really good foundation here, and it's an interesting idea that they worked with. It's obviously something that has kind of been done before, but it can definitely be improved upon. I think the pain points in the game at the moment, and I'm trying to come at this from an angle of how would this feel if I were playing with humans rather than bots. And I think probably it's a little bit of fine-tuning with the guns. Guns, nerds, and steel knockoff, kind of, yeah. Sure wouldn't be boring for me, but I totally get you. Yeah. Yeah, it's also just because it's late, and I kind of do need to wrap things up with the stream, unfortunately. But I'll pop it into the Discord for everyone that wants to actually see the slides afterwards. But yeah, I think coming in from the perspective of this actually being played with humans, the parts that feel the jankiest to me is a little bit of the gunplay. I think if we add in the ability to change weapons to cancel reloading, to allow basically hot swapping, that will make the gunplay feel a little bit more active. Plus, I would actually reduce the number of guns the player can carry. At the moment, you've got basically weapons bound to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 being pistol, 2 is shovel, 3 is rocket launcher, 4 is assault rifle, and 5 is dynamite. I actually think a better approach to be would be to have less guns that you can carry at once, but more variety of guns that can be made, if that makes sense. So it gives you basically more opportunity to engage with the mining and crafting mechanics in the game. Yeah, to engage it with that aspect, to be able to like build and create other weapons. And I also think that there's probably not enough done with that crafting mechanic, but I'll come back to that. If you're able to do that with the gunplay, it makes you actually have to craft some of the more advanced guns. Yes, it lets you engage with the crafting, mining aspects more. It lets you delegate tasks and actually have a little bit more team interaction when you're playing with humans. So for the people that aren't that great at an FPS, they can still engage with the other mechanics by creating weaponry and ammunition for the players that do want to engage with it. I also think that limiting what you can take with you makes you think more tactically about what it is that you're trying to achieve when you leave your home base. Are you going in with a rocket launcher and a shotgun to deal maximum damage, or are you going in with silence weapons to take a more stealthy approach and sneak your way into the base? I think it just needs a little bit more variety, and weirdly enough, there is a decent variety of weapons. The problem is that when you have access to everything at once, it doesn't feel like variety. It's like if you take base Skyrim, unmodded for a moment. The weapons you actually have access to are basically swords, daggers, maces, two-handed swords, two-handed axes, thereabouts. Like if you're looking at just melee weapons, there's actually only about, let's say, 6 or 7 different melee weapons, not including unique weapons in Skyrim. I'm talking like weapon archetypes. However, it feels like more than that because you don't normally have access to all of them at once because of carry capacity limitations. Like, most people aren't going to carry one of every single weapon type in the game because you just don't have space for that. Maybe not a great comparison, but I think you get what I mean. You can have still a small pool of weapons to draw from, but by limiting what the player can take, it makes it more of a personal choice. You can cater it to a personal playstyle. It's easier to switch between weapons. It feels like you have more variety to play with because you have less that you can choose from. So, that's probably one change that I'd make there. I think there needs to be more variety with the guns, but less that you can carry at once. It's a weird kind of compromise, but I think it would work. We already spoke a little bit about how to make the AI more useful. And in a weird way, what I would do is, even if you're playing multiplayer, I would still have a handful of AI bots that are at your disposal. And basically one of the roles that you could pick when you join in the game is to basically be like a coordinator. And your role is to say, hey, AI, go do this, go do that, and almost play it from a, yeah, be a tactician, I think is a better word. And that is your role on the battlefield. You basically get to play it as an RTS rather than FPS, and I think that would be a really neat addition. I think if you were to lean into some of the more like class-based roles in that way, you could actually open up some really interesting avenues. But there might be a very good reason that you've opted not to go down that path in the first place. Freaky Feline, hello. Thank you for stopping by. We are unfortunately right at the end of the stream, but I do appreciate you being here nonetheless. Yeah, so I think a little bit of improvement to the overall resource gathering mechanics and tweaking the AI to be able to contribute to that as well, because it means for solo players, yeah, unfortunately, you're going to spend a lot of your time gathering resources because the AI don't do that. I think the large map types have a place, but I think they need to be restructured. The reality is that we probably picked one of the less fun maps to be able to play on, and it was due to its size and the way it was laid out, forcing you to take a non-direct route to the enemy base. Whereas actually in reality, what is most fun is the game going, hey, here is the direct route from A to B, but it's very open and exposed. However, you can manipulate the terrain so you can make route C that curves around and circumvents that and is somewhat safer. Whereas we had the reverse. We had route A to B is impractical because it covers a wide open area, and we've already been given route B, which is the curved path, just no one uses it because it takes longer. So yeah, I think I would like to see just a little bit more curation in the map design in some ways. And it is an interesting thing because although everything is destructible, it almost feels like there's some aspects of the map that should not be destructible. And the simple things like, I guess, like the way that you can take cover in certain areas will change depending on the attributes of different weapons. So I think there's maybe a little bit of room to play around with it there as well. But like I said, I don't really have to change too much because there's a really solid foundation here. However, in its current state and what it has to offer, I think you're going to be, again, keep in mind, I don't know what the price point for this game is going to be, and that could be a big factor. I expect it's going to be on the lower end of the scale, but even then, it might make it challenging to get enough people into an actual game to really make it shine and discover where the fun aspects are. I'm not sure what the solution to that is, other than potentially just making sure the scale stays small, or potentially finding a way to make it free to play, but with paid aspects that matter. Almost in a Minecraft skin style way, you could do something like that. If this is a paid game, I do unfortunately see that it was going to probably struggle to get off the ground without some good advertising or in-game events to kind of draw a little bit more attention to it. It's still something that I think if people jumped in and played and you got a full team together, you'd probably have a good time for maybe 1 or 2 rounds. And then you'd kind of go, well, I've seen all the depth that it has to offer. It doesn't have building mechanics that are as slick as Fortnite or Minecraft. It's a little more clunky with the block placement. But the gunplay gives it an element that Minecraft doesn't have. But again, comparing something like Fortnite or heck, Overwatch, it doesn't have any of the class-based mechanics to go with it, so it doesn't really do anything enough to kind of stand out on its own. However, I think if you were to lean into some of the more role-based aspects and some of the RTS-based aspects, I think you would have something that feels a little bit more unique that everyone can kind of lean into in their own way. Tighten up the gunplay a little bit, and I think you'd kind of be cooking with something good. Is that going to be achievable? Is that something you're going to lean into? That's going to be up for you to decide. But I think the most important thing is when this game does go live, do what you can to seek out and listen to player feedback, because the ones that are vocal are going to be the ones which have a chance of actually staying and, you know, spreading the word about your game a little bit. You're going to get a lot of people that will probably look at the game, play it once or twice, and then probably not touch it again, but also not give you any feedback. And that's why the feedback that you do give is so much more important, because statistically, people are just less likely to give feedback because it requires active effort and caring about the game. So when you do get that feedback, pay attention to it, because that person has gone out of their way to talk to you. I think they'll probably end up echoing some of the same points that I've said. At least I hope so, because that will give you confidence that those are the right changes to make for your player base that are interested in a game like this. This has got some great potential. Really interesting to see where it could go. Hope you do some great things with it. As it stands, I think it just needs a little bit more polish, and I'm excited to see what you might do in the first potential update. I'd still recommend that people check it out if this kind of gameplay interests you. But if I'm being perfectly frank, I do kind of see it struggling in the longevity department, which is a bit of a shame, because you could have something really, really cool here. I think on that note, though, that is where we're going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you very much, everyone that has been hanging out. Would love to hear your thoughts over in the Discord if you want to give some feedback on how it felt with the developer interview section. It's definitely something that I'm kind of feeling out. I would love to do a bit more of. What I would like to be able to do in the future is have the developer on at the start of the session to kind of talk through like we did today, and then at the end of the session as well to talk a little bit more actively about some of the feedback, because I think that could be a nice way to kind of wrap things up in a more conversational way than a more critique heavy aspect like we have been doing. So please, if you have a moment, head over to the Discord, share your thoughts in the channel content section. I would love to hear from you. To anyone else that was watching this back as a VOD, hope you found it interesting. If you skipped through some of the gameplay parts, can't say I blame you, but thank you very much for checking out the content and for hanging out on stream today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all very soon for a new video. Hope you look forward to it. I'll see you then. Take care.